Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie.
Who changed the truth for God into a lie? In English, Jesus Christ, in Hebrew, it's Yahweh Shai. So do or die. The immaculate conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's clause, the birth of Nimrod, and not the son of God. To you was kinda odd. On the Passover, Christ was born in the spring. So now we bring the truth about the King of Kings. That's Black Jesus and not Caesar Borgias. And the facts can't be changed. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai.
Hebrew Israelites, Kwam Yasha.
It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High.
Shalom Israel.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom everybody online. Welcome to another live class for the Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. We're located at 8524 South Braeswood Boulevard, Houston, Texas. Everybody in the back. 8524 South Braeswood Boulevard, Houston, Texas. 77071. Our class times are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 10 p.m. Friday 6 to 9. Saturday, Shabbat morning class from 10 to 2. Then our kids class is from 2 to 3. Okay, if you're in the San Antonio area, we have a school at 4219 Centergate Street, San Antonio, Texas, 78217. If you need their class times and days, hit us up. We'll get you that information. Okay, we have Passover coming up on the 21st of April. Okay, so please be on the lookout. If you haven't, the RSVP and everything like that is already shut down, or can they still do that?
It's still in the link.
It's still there?
So RSVP Passover?
Yeah, if you want to RSVP for Passover, you put a link up?
Kind.
Yeah, she's going to put the link up. You want to congregate?
I'm glad you brought that up. So, Shalomaya sent me I don't even know, how many people's on there yet?
20 something you showed me?
What, you mean the shirts?
I know, how many's on there right now?
Oh, 4.
4? Okay. Well, we can reiterate it before the end of class, but Shalomaya hit me up with a map of the hotel, and I sent it to Dave, and Dave has said, he basically said, is this, which one of these hotels is all the other brothers going to be in?
Oh.
So, which is right. He wants to try to link up and make sure whatever brothers come into town,
yep,
they're in the same hotel. So I'm going to have her, majority of y'all should be in the ISB HBK text. I think Dave also should be in there also. So I'm going to shoot this through the text, and let's try to coordinate something to where brothers and sisters get within the same hotel. All right, and I'll reiterate this. Of course, this is for the brothers out of town. But I'm going to go ahead and reiterate that again through the text, but that's the plan. The plan is to try to get everybody in the same hotel. So I'm going to send this through the ISB HBK text, and let's try to coordinate something with that. You see the circle is where the Passover is going to be, and then you got I think she got about 4 hotels in that area. So I'll reiterate this again, and then I'll go through the camp text and talk about it.
Okay. So Passover, the 21st of April. Yeah. No, but definitely RSVP for that if you haven't already. And she'll put the links up once again. The deadline for the Unity Garment was March the 1st. So if you haven't gotten that in, we can get you the colors, so you can at least get your colors in order if you're not able to get the Unity Garment. Okay?
Right, Mark, you put in for that, right? You got on there?
I put on I signed up for
You signed up for it, okay. Yeah. Max, Jermaine,
For the yeah.
Con.
No,
okay.
Major did it. They all went through that whole house.
Okay, I just was making sure that we don't want y'all. You know how with Israel forget things, and we got so many things. And then I remember one year, brothers was like, "Yeah, I didn't even get the text." We're like, "Bro, we done said it in class 50 times."
Yeah, 6 months in advance.
Yeah, it's like, and then he made us feel like we're the jerks. So we're not trying to do that. We're trying to make sure everybody's included and a part of it. So, yeah.
Yeah. We also have Purim. Okay, March 18th and 19th. The location.
Everybody got their text on the Purim gift and all that?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, the location is going to be.
See, you didn't get your text yet?
I don't think so.
Okay, but
I don't know if he was here.
You were here though when we signed up.
It was during a Sabbath class.
It was during the Sabbath class. You were here. This is before Silence of the Lambs.
Damn.
No, that's what she. No, this is. You don't remember? Okay. Well, I'll make sure she got you on there. See, once again, we just try to make sure everything's covered. Lamont, of course, you're in there, right? Okay.
Yeah, the location will be at Priest Kazakia's house. And the 19th, that's on the 18th. On the 19th, we'll be at the school. So,
right.
Two different locations.
Yeah, they wanted to get a house that way they can do something for the girls, to where they can have a little like find this and you get rewarded with this thing. Something for the kids, man. We gotta try to do something for the kids. You know, remember y'all gonna see all these kids growing up, coming around. Families and households, the kids need to see that this is something better than what the world is teaching them. We got our own customs. So we got to make these little events on these high holy days. So to weed your kids' mind off of the drugs of America, the religion and Christmas of America. So that's why we decided to do one day at a house. And I got a big backyard, so that's why they're doing it there. All right, so it's not that I'm special.
He's special.
All right, it's not that I'm Mr. Kimo Sabi. It's that we needed a big yard for them to run around in. All right.
Israel wear. So with the garments for Passover, Israel wear will be on hold, as you guys already know. Anything you need after the Passover, we can get to you. Once again, kids classes every Sunday from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. You can watch the pre-recorded classes on ISB HBK Kids. That's the channel on our YouTube. You can also, you're watching us live here at ISB HBK on YouTube. Did you get the Facebook going?
Let me say this about that. We ask y'all everybody here that is certified crip walking ISB HBK killers. Right. We need everybody to like our shows. Cause I just figured this out. That the more likes you get, the more people see it. I just found this. I just found that out. Cause I was going through the web tunnel, the web hole of YouTube, and I was looking at some YouTubes, and the more likes you get.
Oh, they suggest it.
Yeah, they suggest this. And comments too, and we don't get into a lot of the back and forth, so we can't really help that. But everybody can like the classes. So everybody on the channel, everybody that subscribes and listens to us, and it's a few people. I mean, we're not Joel Osteen or none, but
right.
there's still about 200 to 300 views we get on our regular classes. We should be getting 300 likes, especially if y'all constantly liking us. If you like us, and for the thing to just get it out there. It's like passing out flyers. That's your flyer. You know what I mean? You sit at home, you're not doing that. That's you passing out flyers. All right, so just please like, share, subscribe, but most of all, if you watch our shows, like them. All right. Read.
Make sure we like, share, and subscribe. Right. Look out for the ISBHPK cable show every Tuesday at 8:30 from 8:30 to 9:30. It's on Comcast Local Channel 17, or you can catch it on hmstv.org. That's where you can stream it live. Otherwise, we record it, we edit, and then we post them up to our YouTube. Okay. Also, look out for the Blog Talk Radio show brought to you by Mashaba. He's the brother out in Albuquerque. It's blogtalkradio.com/Mashaba, MASHAHBA.com. It's every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday starting around 9:30. If you need to reach a teacher, you can reach Priest Kazakia at 281-707-2737.
Let me ask this also to y'all online. Okay, how many we got on there yet? All right.
15.
Okay. Tell us what y'all think about us dividing the videos up like we've been doing. Because what we stopped doing is posting it right after class, and we chop up the questions and then regular class. Put in the comments or tell us right now what y'all think about that. If that's good, if you like it, if you don't. We trying to do that too for also the other people that watch us on our channel. Sometimes we go over classes and questions repetitively because people ask the same questions. We can't stop and we can't help it. So that's why we're dividing those, because some of those questions, if they're repetitive, you can say, oh, well, I already been over that, or let me see how they go over it again. You'll have that instead of having to scour through the whole video. And the same thing with class. Oh, I've gotten that class before. Let me go over the questions. So if y'all think y'all like that, or if y'all got any ideas, all the time, class ideas are needed. And be patient with us, because sometimes you tell us and we be busy, and it doesn't mean we don't like you. You still are brothers and sisters, but you just got to remind us. We forget things. All right? So if you got ideas for class, subjects, topics, just keep shooting it to us. I have a lot of y'all that do that. Hey, I just wanted to remind y'all, could y'all do this? Just do it, and then we get it done. Y'all see we get it done. It's just in a matter of time, all right? So I just wanted to put that out there also. Yeah.
Con, if you need to reach us, Kazaki's number is 281-707-2737. You can reach me at 303-557-8979. Listen, if y'all are calling me and I'm not answering right away, if you can, just message me, send me a text. I be in the middle of a lot of different things, so sometimes I might not be able to answer. Okay, so just text me. I'll get back with you. You can email us at isbhpk@isbhpk.org for your donations. For those that have the school vowed to help out with the rent and the other bills, we ask that you get that in as soon as you can, and we appreciate you. And any form of contribution is needed. Any books, any pens, any papers.
Now, I'm gonna say this to y'all on there for y'all that watch us, and if you're affiliated and you say, hey, I want to work with these brothers. If y'all feel you're ready, listen, we're going to Virginia, and if you're ready to pack up and leave,
He's going to Virginia.
Well, I'm going to Virginia. Max is going to Virginia. Zion is going to Virginia.
Mark's going.
Is Mark going to Virginia? And Mark's going to Virginia. Now these are all volunteers. You know, everything's volunteer here. No more gun to the head. It's all volunteers. Brothers are going off of their own free will, except for Zion. He was kind of tough. You're an officer, you don't get no. You know, it's like, listen, this is what we finna do. You getting ready to roll. If you're a trooper member, of course, it's a different thing. We approach the situation different. But if y'all ready and ready to build a camp out there with us, you know, hey, you never know. It might be in brothers' hearts to be like, you know what? Y'all close.
Yeah.
I'm ready to get busy. That's what we're doing. You know, just throwing it out there, you know. But otherwise, don't kill yourself. Everything's going to be all right. But just to throw it out there, see if it's in your heart, it's in your heart. Go ahead.
That's going to be it for the announcements. Any questions that y'all have?
Yeah, I have a question.
What's your question?
I was reading, so I was reading 1 Peter, I think it's 4, and my question is, what are they really saying? What's Peter saying? Because he speaks poetically. 1 Peter, actually, hold tight. Oh yeah, 1 Peter 1, verse 2, second precept. Or let me just go ahead and read it.
1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 2.
Yeah, the part specifically where he says sprinkling of the blood of Jesus.
Let's read verse 1.
All right. 1 Peter 1, chapter 1, verse 1. Peter, an apostle of Jesus Christ, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia.
He's talking to Israel, right? Yeah, this is another scripture for all you young brothers and sisters for your ammo to show that we were talking to Israelites that were scattered through the four corners of the earth. Go ahead.
Cappadocia, Asia, and
Bithynia.
Elect, according to the foreknowledge of God the Father, through sanctification of the Spirit, unto obedience and sprinkling of the blood of Jesus Christ, grace unto you, and peace be multiplied.
Right. So your question's on what?
What does he mean by the sprinkling in the blood? Because
so remember when you walk it. Remember when they were. If you've been in Sabbath class, they take those offerings, and what do they do with that blood? They sprinkle it.
Oh, the Catholics.
No, they're not the Catholics. Israel. Israel would sprinkle the blood. That's why they would have to clean it up.
Okay.
Right. They would sprinkle the blood because that's what the Most High wanted, the sacrifice. Right. So Yahweh Shai's blood was sprinkled for ours. But not necessarily sprinkled, right?
Yeah.
But we know it was given, right? So all the sprinkle represent is how it was given. It was given in a priestly way, right? And he was that sacrifice for us. You see that? So First Thessalonians 5 and 7. First Corinthians 5 and 7. Read that.
Thessalonians?
First Corinthians 5 and 7.
1 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 7. Purge out the old leaven.
Right.
That ye may be a new lump.
Right.
As ye are unleavened. For even Christ our Passover is sacrificed for us.
So you see that? So Christ, he was our sacrifice. So his blood was sprinkled. You see that? And he words it that way because that's the way it was done in the sanctuary. The sprinkling of the blood. You get that? Do you? Okay, alright, perfect. Yeah, so that's all that's talking about. Let's see here. Go to no, we don't gotta go to that one. Let's see here. 12:24. Hebrews 12:24.
I'll read it. Hebrews 12:24.
Hebrews 12:24. Write it down.
And Yahushua, and yet unto Yahushua, the mediator of the new covenant, and the blood of the sprinkling that speaketh better things than that of Abel.
Right. So why is it referred to the sprinkling? Because all this is saying is that Christ offered himself as that sacrifice. Right? All things in the law, well, majority of the things in the law, you had to give up blood. Right? That's what all those animal sacrifices was about. The blood represented what?
The atonement for sin, right?
Yeah, but what was it? What's in the blood? Why he said us not to eat it?
Okay.
It said what?
Life.
Life. So like, when you give your blood, you giving your life, right? So that's what it represents. You got that?
Con.
That help a little?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, perfect, perfect. All right. Next question.
Understanding in Ecclesiasticus 9:4, is this literal?
Ecclesiasticus or Ecclesiastes?
Ecclesiasticus in a prophecy.
9:4. Somebody read that.
Ecclesiasticus 9 verse 4.
No, let them get it. Let them do their part out.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 9 verse 4. Use not much the company of a woman that is a singer, lest thou be taken with her attempts.
Right. Ecclesiastes 9:4. Right. So this is literal, and of course it's literal because the wisdom behind it is showing you that what type of woman is this woman that is a singer. So that's what you're looking at. You know, man, this should resonate with you now more than ever, because look at try to go get you Beyonce or Rihanna in order. Tell Rihanna you're gonna have to wear a dress and start putting down your blunts and stop wearing sheared shirts on national television, right? So you got a woman that's a singer. The spirit behind her, right, is going to either be that spirit of whoredom, the spirit of you can't control me, the spirit of you can't tell me what to do.
Verse 3.
Right? Yeah, jump up to verse 3.
Meet not wicked-hearted, lest thou fall into her snares.
Right, and oh Lord, we just wish we could tattoo on this on the heart of brothers' minds. Meet not, was it what?
Wicked-hearted.
I mean, meet not with a whore. Like, you gotta, like, do I have to go through it? Well, they're all whores. Don't meet with them then. Don't meet with them. You know what I mean? Meet not with a harlot. Right? Go ahead.
Lest thou fall into her snares.
Yeah, so her traps. So as you go into this next verse, it's going to edify it more. Go ahead.
Use not much the company of a woman that is a singer, lest thou be taken with her attempts.
Right. You see that? So even when you go into the next point, it's reiterating, constantly reiterating in different ways that what type of woman is this going to be? You know, and unfortunately, the woman in these days, listen, even the gospel singers, that spirit on them is the spirit of a harlot. Not saying all women that sing are whores, but it's telling you to watch it because this could be the spirit of this woman. You know, it's not saying that every woman's like that. It's just saying watch this type of woman. Yeah.
I was going to ask too, is it because these types of women are seducers? And that's
exactly what it is. They're seducing women, right? You know, they can seduce you with their singing.
Sound like an angel.
Yeah, sound like it. Man, I met a girl that she was a singer. Oh my God. She was like, but I can't sing to you straight out. I got to turn off the lights. Yeah.
Come on.
And she turned out the lights and she hit a note. I was like, oh. Right? You know, this is way back in my youngling days. But yeah, you know, you get into that, like I said, even now more than ever, to that seducing spirits that be on these women that are singers. So yeah, of course. Remember, all Scripture is profitable for doctrine, reproof, correction. Right? It's so yeah. I mean, I don't know many brothers that are meeting singers. You know what I mean? And remember, like a sister can hit a note. That don't mean she's like. This is talking about these spirits that are in that arena. That's their job. They're around that. You know, what spirit is going to be around this woman? Not a sister that's singing in the shower. You know what I mean? Well, my rib sings in the shower. I got to watch her. That's not what it's talking about. All right? Yeah, that's it on that. Well, I mean, jump to verse 6.
Give not thy soul unto harlots.
Give not thy what, brother?
Thy soul unto harlots.
Right. Give not your soul unto whores, unto harlots. You know they're drunkards, they're gatherers abroad, they be in the streets. You can't give your soul unto them. Many men have went out of their wits for women. Right? Yeah, so you gotta understand, okay, you see what she's doing, you see what she's like. Don't give your spirit time, right? Don't be seduced by their words, their soft words, their enticing words. I mean, maybe we have to go over class on that again. You know what I mean? What is it? What is the characteristics of a harlot for brothers to understand that? All right, and I'm gonna say, like I was saying to another brother the other day, I was like, think about it. Yahweh Shai, when he forgave the woman caught in adultery, did he hit it afterwards? Like, you ain't got to deal with the women like that are whores and then always hit it and deal with them. You can heal them, get them in class, give them the knowledge. You don't always got to be like, you know what? She's going to be my rib. Like, first of all, she's a whore, so why would you want her to be your rib? Right? So get her cleaned up. Give her to the Most High first. And if down the road her whoredom is cast out of her spirit, that demon is off her, maybe that's what it could be. You know, I mean, think about it. Even the conversation itself is kind of like, really? You want her to be your wife? But sometimes, brothers, a man shall cleave to his like. No. So, I don't know. It's a question online. Hopefully that helps. What else?
There was a question on that question. Someone asked, so if she's singing for the Most High, is that wrong?
Right, I answered that. Remember, not all women singers. And then if she's singing for the Most High, no, of course. It's a whole different spirit. A woman, a person in the Most High, that's a whole different spirit. She's got a whole different tune, a whole different songs that are in her mind and in her spirit, right?
Yeah, you know,
yeah.
If you look at, even if you just look at, I always use Rihanna.
Yeah.
Right? I look at the wholesome SOS, someone help me, Rihanna, compared to the bad girl gone good, or good girl gone bad Rihanna.
Right.
She went all the way into this singer that the scriptures say don't sit around, because she's trying to enchant you.
Right.
That's the difference, where her whole spirit's been changed.
Yeah.
So yeah, singing for the Most High is one thing.
Yeah, because think about even the music and what you are singing. You know, I was listening to this weekend and I was like, what the hell did he just say? This dude got demons on him, man. He's
sounds
like
an angel.
Yeah, he's
sounds like an angel.
Yeah, but he got demons, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but that's how people think. Yeah, he sounds like an angel, but no, you listen to those lyrics, it's demonic.
Yeah.
The lyrics of an Israelite woman, that's a whole different spirit. You know what I mean? So, regardless of what she's singing, you're still going to analyze the spirit and see if this woman is a harlot. That's why it says, verse 3, "Be not with a harlot, lest thou fall by her snares." First of all, a whore is going to have snares. She's going to have traps. She's telling you she ain't dealing with nobody, and she's being a harlot. "Give not thy soul unto harlots, lest thou lose thine inheritance." Where is it at? "Gaze not on a maid, that thou fall not by those things that are precious in her." So a harlot is going to use her tools to corrupt you, to take your spirit. I mean, think about it. If she's all about money, if she's all about perverting you and getting you away from the Most High, it tells you what it is. It's like, this is not rocket science. You should already know what a hoe is, what a harlot is, what a bad woman is. It's not hard to know that or understand it. You know, that's why the Most High said, don't deal with these type of individuals, because they're going to end up corrupting you. So leave it alone. What else?
She said, let's see here.
She said, "Shalom, can you please share what good reliable app that I can download to help with giving definitions with some of the words that's in the Bible, so I'm able to have more understanding?"
Well, I use eSword for the iPhone, but then for the Note or the Galaxy, we use MySword.
MySword, yeah.
And it both, you can download many different dictionaries and cross-reference, because that's what you always want to do. You want to cross-reference. That way you know you're right with that word, and you can get the different meanings and understand the different contexts it can be used in. So eSword, you know, if you download the King James Bible and then it got a plus next to it, it means the Strong's is with it. Then you can go into the Hebrew, and I think MySword is the same way. And it's
the same exact.
Yeah, same exact thing. So eSword, MySword, those are the best ones I know. That's free, and that gives you a lot of different books you can download. So
you got Blue Letter Bible.
Yeah, Blue Letter. Yeah.
You can. I think there's a Strong's app that you can use, but if you want to have everything consolidated,
right?
Those eSwords and MySwords, those are the best too. I live in that. You get all your little Strong's definitions, your Thayer, eSword and MySword. Yeah.
Yeah, that Blue Letter. Yeah, that Blue Letter one is good too. I think I had this one.
Yeah, Blue Letter is real good.
The thing is that the eSword, okay, eSword doesn't have, well, think about it, yeah, you still got to do that. The Apocrypha, you got to get a whole different app anyway.
That's the thing for both of them. You got to get a different app.
Yeah, because
I got 3 Bible apps.
Yeah, I got 3 Bible apps too, 4 with the audio one.
And there's no concordance. There's no app for the concordance for the
Apocrypha. Yeah. Yep. What else?
That was the last one.
That was it? Okay, so let's go ahead and go into this class. Good questions once again. The title of the class is what does it mean to draw back? This definition, man, or this understanding of what that means is very important to the Israelite person. I've over the years come into touch with people that have a strong delusion that they haven't drawn back. That they're still serving the Most High in the way He said. And this is a problem. I'm gonna say it again. There's brothers and sisters that have a strong delusion on what it is to draw back. First of all, to go back on something, you have to be going forward with something and moving in a consistent flow forward. So doing the opposite of that is you drawing back, right? I mean, is that not a basic common sense to drawing back? That's basic. So, but scripturally, let's find out what it is to draw back. What it is to go back from what the Most High wants. Okay, so go there first. Go to Hebrews 10:38. Let's first establish this, that the Most High is not rewarding this or happy with this. So read that. Hebrews 10 verse 38.
Now the just shall live by faith.
Right? So usually that is one of the biggest problems when you start to draw back. You lose faith. You're not consistent anymore in believing and zealous for like you used to believe. Right? When you come in, bro, when you find the truth, how many brothers and sisters we got it hold up, and you know, they're all happy, they're, oh man, the Most High, smiling, rejoicing, and then when they go through that temptation, it's like, their whole spirit, demeanor, face, look changes. It's like, when their faith get tried, it's a whole different life then. It's like, now you're second questioning, you're unsure, you don't know anymore if the decision you made was right.
The Bible ain't real.
Yeah, the Bible, wait a minute, now you're rethinking. The first thing that is tried is your faith. And we're going to get into that. But the just lives by faith. The substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And that's the biggest problem with Israelites. With believers, is knowing that you believe in this, and because you can't see everything right then and there, now you're not sure. Or I don't know, man. Y'all brothers, I don't know. You're going to have to live by faith in this truth. Go ahead.
Now the just shall live by faith. But if any man draw back.
Right, so if any man draw back, and we're going to be touching on 2 points that the Bible talks about drawing back. In your belief and in your works. In your belief and in your works. A lot of people don't understand that. You're thinking, oh, drawing back is if I just stop believing. That's one way. But the Bible speaks about 2 ways. And you stop doing the works. We're going to get into both of those ways. Go ahead.
My soul shall have no pleasure in him.
The Most High has no pleasure in the backslider and the brother or sister that draws back. The Most High has no pleasure in the brother or sister that really what it is taking the word and this knowledge for granted. For making Christ an open shame, to nailing Christ to the cross, to spitting on Yahweh's blood. The Most High he's not dealing with that. So, as you find excuses and make excuses to turn back, know that you can hype it up, you can deceive yourself, we got brothers, man, you like, well, you know what, I'll just go do it myself. No, you're not. No, you're not. Every time you got them that say that, you know what they end up doing? Going right back into the world and drawing back from the essentials and the principles. You didn't do it before you got the truth. Now you're trying to act like, oh, I got the truth. I'm going to just take this and go do it on my own. You've drawn back. You have drawn back because the Most High didn't call you to do it on your own. But it's a real manipulative mind state you put on yourself. I see brothers like, oh, I just believe. They're on that. Like, I just get knowledge and I believe and I don't have to do nothing else. You drew back. It don't work like that. You can't do that. You're going to see through these scriptures, man, it makes it very plain and simple. Go ahead, read on.
But we are not of them who draw back unto perdition.
Yeah, we're not of them. You know, Paul always speaks, or Peter always speaks in this way. We're not of them. Because he's trying to positively promote you to keep pushing forward. We're not of them. And being confident of that, you got to know that. I'm not about to go back to that. To the old man, the old way of thinking, the old process. My selfishness, the lust of my flesh. Right? Go ahead.
But of them that believe lead to the saving of the soul.
Right. See, the saving of the soul is he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. It's not he that endured to 2021. I did what I had to do. I'm going to retire. Where you going to retire to? Right back to the world. Right back to the lust of the flesh and the things you did before you got the truth. If you start a work, you're supposed to leave off and finish it. If you start a job, you're supposed to leave off and finish it. So when the Most High is pointing this drawing back spirit, it ain't you, hey, I grab a shovel, you start half of the hole, and then you're like, man, I'm done with this. This is boring. Oh, I'm done with this. This is not interesting. I'm done with this. I don't want to do this. You got to see the Most High is not dealing with that spirit. Go ahead.
Oh, that's
what verse you at?
39.
Do you finish that?
Go on.
Okay, so go from there. Go to what are we drawing back to? So let's be real. When you draw back, what are you drawing back to? What?
My comfort zone.
Your comfort zone. Very good. Very good. I didn't expect that one. What else?
I was gonna say what the Most High pulled us from, which was our mire and filth.
There you go. You go back to your mire, your filth. What else? What else do you go back to? Because, like I said, there's a real manipulative spirit. Like, oh, I'm not going back to nothing. I'm gonna keep the Sabbath. That it always comes back to the carnal law.
Or, yeah, I'm not going to eat pork.
Yeah, I'm not going to eat pork. Look, I'm not drawing back. I'm not eating pork. I'm not eating the Sabbath. I'm following the Sabbath.
What it is you draw back from doing things the way, in a meticulous, day-to-day, consistent, diligent method. That's what you draw back from. You draw back from the know-how. How are things supposed to get done? And you go into, well, I'm going to implement putting old cloth on new garments.
Right.
That's what it really is.
I can double dutch and Yahweh Shai be okay with it. I can double dutch and you know what? Long as I feel good in my spirit about it, then I can keep doing this. And the Most High is not dealing with that, man. But to get straight to the point is going to tell us 2 Peter 2 verse 20. To get straight to the point, because you know when we deal with it, we kind of go into the subtle nuances of the scriptures and point out the battles that brothers and sisters deal with, and bring out the battles that you're going with. Because you know the word generalizes a lot, right? Because you got to go deeper. It generalizes. But when it generalizes, and I'm going to show you what I mean by it generalizes. Read that, 2 Peter 2 and 20.
2 Peter chapter 2, verse 20. For if after they have escaped the pollutions of the world.
See, you see how that's generalized? Now it comes down to, I got to go through scripture to show you what the pollutions are. But if you don't know what the pollutions are, you made it comfortable to yourself because, oh, that's not pollution, that's not pollution, that's not pollution, that's not pollution. You make provisions to the flesh to now nothing's pollution. Long as I'm not eating pork and I'm following the Sabbath, that's not pollution. Me going out with harlots and whores and drinking all the time, I'm not polluting my spirit. Me doing the lust of the flesh or doing my own thing or being selfish, going against the charitable mind state, oh, that's not pollution. I'm doing my own thing. That's the real manipulative mind state of people that have the knowledge and don't want to do it no more. Bro, I was like, I had to tell, I'm like, the scriptures tell you what the service and duty is. Well, that's what you're doing. The way I'm serving Christ is, brother, there's only one way to serve Christ. If there was, I can believe in Jesus from my home and live with my family and my household and work my job and not have to deal and be charitable, put in works, put in actions, work on my lust, my pride, my doubt, my jealousy, and my anger. Bro, why are we all here then? We all don't need to be here if it was that easy. We could have just stood online, found out we was a Hebrew Israelite, and follow the Sabbath, right?
That's the trick, though.
That's the trick.
The trick is everything that we do, there's only some parts that are necessary.
Right.
Like the gathering, that ain't necessary.
Right.
You know, these things aren't necessary. The business, that ain't necessary.
Right.
Why we gotta do that? Like,
yeah.
Oh, class, why we gotta show up? We could do it. We could just watch it online. That's not necessary.
Unity's not necessary.
Unity, brotherhood, like none of these things are necessary. But you're not looking at the little small. You use the word nuances.
Yeah.
Those little things are what are actually building brothers and sisters that they don't think is necessary.
And instills a zeal within you. That's why let's think about your zeal and your desire to do good. Like some of y'all know, dang, if I didn't occupy my mind with wisdom and knowledge, and I didn't have a consistent mission daily, my zeal would be on Christianity status. Oh, I got my fringes, I'm good. That's not how we supposed to be. Our zeal is supposed to not be the zeal of the world, right? But a godly sorrow, working repentance to salvation. And that's the problem, is that when you get this manipulative mindset and you draw back, the pollutions ain't no more pollutions. It ain't those things. You establish your own righteousness, which is what? Well, I eat the Passover with me and my family. Like, bro, you got all these Israelites through the four corners of the earth uniting under the law, statutes, commandments, and you're right when you sit at home and do it by yourself. First of all, the commandment said you were supposed to go and be with your nation. Yahweh Shai, when it said Yahweh Shai got lost and he was traveling when they were 12, yep. Right? They were on their way to celebrate the feast, traveling, right, on horses and camels and cattle, right? But you're what? 2020. You could be there, but you make provisions to the flesh. So, and remember, don't think the points that we're bringing out is just that point. Look at how many things you start to say to yourself, well, that's not necessary. I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. When really, that just drew you all the way back to what? The typical Hebrew Israelite. I'm secluded. I'm in my own house. I'm doing my own thing. I'm to my own self. And guess what? I believe in Jesus the way I do. You right back in Christianity. So don't be deceived about these pollutions. What did Yahweh Shai pull you out of?
He pulls you out of that. I want to be alone. You know what happens when you get into that mind? You pull yourself away from the promises that the Most High even promised us. Right? If you gather, what's going to happen? You cleave to me, I'm going to cleave to you. Right? Gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. Right? So we could be desired. I'm going to gather you from the four corners of the earth. As soon as you say, nah, we don't got to, the gathering, that's not important, coming to class, being around brothers, like, why do we have to do these little small, meticulous things, like,
why do we got class in the morning when we got class at night?
Right. I don't see.
Yeah, but because you are the epitome of an idle mind teaches much evil. And the reason why you're tossed to and fro with every demon is because you got no purpose. So you need class. You need to be like a Buddhist monk. You need to be like the Bible tattooed on your forehead. Why? Because you haven't taught yourself how to be stable in the Holy Spirit consistently. So what do you need? Class in the morning, class in the evening, right? Counsel at night, to keep your mind on track, keep your spirit on track. You see that? And that's an individual that ain't even start doing the work yet. Why? Because he's still battling why to do it. I'm gonna say this again. When you're battling why to do it, you didn't even start yet. Why? Because you ain't even given your spirit yet. You're still fighting. You're still fighting. You're still going against. That's when that's Deuteronomy 28:68. The rebellious, stubborn, stiff-necked people. So, let's read on. Let's stick to this point. Go ahead.
For if after they have escaped the pollutions of the world.
And once again, you hear me say this a lot about, do you feel like you escaped something? That's a lot of people don't. They don't feel like I didn't escape nothing. I was good without you niggas. I was good without Christ. I don't need all this. As a matter of fact, y'all messing up my cheat. Because
You tricked me into being here. So now it's like now I'm in pollution.
Right.
Now I'm in the bonds, right?
Yeah.
That's how some brothers feel, some sisters feel like.
Yeah.
See, now I'm a real prisoner.
And you are, because Paul said to himself, be a prisoner for Christ, but you're not a prisoner in the pollutions of the world. It's a different prison. It's a righteous constrainment. And it's a constrainment of the body, the mind, and the spirit. Right? As opposed to the world is just nothing but pollution and death and destruction. Go ahead.
Through the knowledge of the Lord and Savior, Yahushua, they are again entangled therein.
Right.
And overcome. The latter end is worse with them than the beginning.
Yeah. Right. So it says that they are entangled there again. Right? What are they entangled with? Go there real quick. Let me throw that one in there. 2 Timothy's what? Go to 2 Timothy's.
Oh, it is. 2 Timothy's 2
and
verse 3.
2 Timothy's 2 and 3.
Come on. 2 Timothy.
So listen, we're going to touch on this, man. We're going to make this very basic and simple. What does drawing back mean? What are the pollutions? Where's that mind state? But we're not going to let this, the generalizing of to where you can pick and choose what is pollutions and what's not. No, we're going to go into depth so you can plainly see when your mind is turning back from the Most High. All right, go ahead, read that.
Come. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of the Yahushua. No man that warrant entangleth himself with the affairs of this life. So
you see that? So what is he back entangled into? They are again entangled therein with the affairs of this life. What does affair mean to you? Lakara, of the affairs of this life.
What does affair mean?
Yeah. What does affair mean to you, Mark? What?
Oh, I was still thinking.
Go ahead. Okay, then think about it. What?
An affair to me is like just something that I have to deal with on a regular.
Something you have to deal with on a regular, right?
Activities.
Oh, you said what?
Activities.
Activities, right? So I'm dealing with the activities of this life. Once again, this word is so general. You're like, well, what is the activities? The pollutions. The things that polluted your mind, right? According to 2 Peter's. You're entangled back again with the affairs of this life that polluted you. Polluted your spirit. Now, what pollutes your spirit? How did Yahushua keep his spirit clean? What did he do? What was his mission? What was his goal? You understand that? Do you? Go ahead, read.
No man that warrant entangleth himself with the affairs of this life.
Go ahead.
That he may please him who had chosen him to be a soldier.
So, right, because Yahushua chose you to be a soldier. But the point I wanted in here is you start to get entangled back with the pollutions and the affairs of this life. Go back to Peter's. Let's read that part again. And they are again entangled therein.
And overcome.
And what?
And overcome.
Yeah, because you're doing good? No. Because you're doing good? Overcome. Is this overcome good? No. So what do you overcome by? What do you overcome by? Come on. Somebody tell me. What do you overcome by before we get the scripture? What do you overcome by?
As far as what?
The ways of the world.
The ways of the world, right? Good. What else? Say it. Everybody, say it. The devil, right? Get all the generalizing ones out there that's just cliches, right? All the cliche ones, but you really don't believe it. You're like, come by the devil. Say it. The evil one. But you still do it. But
your mind.
See, now you want to get into the root. See, that's what we want to get into, the root. Listen, you're going back into your mind, the way you think, the way you feel, the way you said it should be, as opposed with the Most High. This was all work. Bro, none of us can escape this battle. You know what I mean? You know how many of us want to, like, not deal with you? Bruh, please. Like, you think you're the only one? Like, why we got to deal with brothers? Bruh, we got to deal with each other because the Most High commanded it. I wish it was like church. Just show up on Sunday, pay your tithes. That would be, whoo. I wouldn't be getting gray hair at 40. You know what I mean? I'd be good. I'd be fat and chubby. You know what I mean?
Like PASSOVER.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go to what it means.
Go to Galatians 4:9.
Galatians 4 and 9. Read that.
Actually, hold on. Start at verse. No, yeah, 4:9.
4 and 9. Read that.
Galatians chapter 4, verse 9.
And we're going to go back and finish up Peter because we're going down to 22, but read that.
But now, after that ye have known the Most High, or rather are known of the Most High.
Go ahead.
How turn ye again to the weak and beggarly elements?
So, you see how we get a little deeper into this? What it means to draw back? You're not going back to some fictitious dream or some scripture that you could just easily wisp off of you. You're going back to the weak and beggarly elements. You're going back to the lust of the flesh, the doubt, the pride, the individualism. I don't want to sacrifice. I don't want to give up. I want to do it my way. I don't want to have to listen to you or nobody else, especially the Most High.
What does that sound like?
Israel in the wilderness.
But what does it sound like though? Jump up to verse 3. It sounds like a big child. Read verse 3.
Come. Verse 3. Even so we, when we were children.
When we were what?
When we were children.
When I was a child, I spake as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. So it said when we were what?
Children.
Come on.
We're in bondage under the elements of the world.
When we were children, we were in bondage. Because we were in that child mind state. So you know what you're going back to when you draw back? You're going back into baby mode. You're going back into feed me, change my diaper. I can't do anything myself. I need to be told. But I don't want to be told. Don't tell me. I don't want to hear it because I know. You're going into that child mode of why? Why I got to do it like that? How come I got to say it like this? How come this? How come that? Everything is now a question. Read it one more time.
Come on. Verse 3.
Even
so we, when we were children, were in bondage under the elements of the world.
You see that?
Hi.
You were bondage to the elements. You were in bondage under the elements of the world. What were those elements?
Sin.
Yeah, but see, y'all are generalizing. But yeah, it was sin. You're right. You're absolutely right. But now, what is that sin? Well, I'll hit you with one right now. Doubt. See, you doubted everything in the world. Doubt is sin.
Yep. But
when you came into the knowledge, it was about moving in faith. You doubted everything in the world. Nothing. Woe is me. Nothing works right. Yahweh hates me. I can't do this. I think I can. You like I think I can. I think I can. Oh, I can't. So doubt was one of those sins or one of those elements that were embedded in you in the world. We can hit the basic, lust of the flesh, right? We can hit the drinking. We can hit the pride. Yeah, but there's things that are the rudiments of the world that the scriptures talk about. These things, when the rudiments, these were the things that were holding you down in the world. What was holding you down in the world? And I mean, when I say holding you down, what was propelling you through that life? Or what did you think was propelling you through that life? Obadiah.
I know for me it was being independent.
That independent spirit. That it's all me, right? That stems from pride. And it's a wrong type of pride to have. That's been inbred into our women. But yeah, that independent spirit. But a lot of brothers got that on them too, where now I'm a man, so I can't be told nothing. I'm a man, so I can't come to you and do what? I can't go to another man and do what?
Ask for guidance, help.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't counsel. I can't ask him for guidance. I can't ask him for experience. I can't talk about my problems because I'm a man.
All the things the scriptures say, dude, I don't see the importance in that. Wear out the doorsteps, no. You know, seek the wisdom of the ancients, no. Desire wisdom, bow your ear, no. Because I don't need that. So I mean, the whole class we can go through everything, but we're gonna definitely have to generalize a little bit. Then we read verse 9. Read 9 again.
God. But now, after that ye have known the Most High,
yeah,
or rather are known of Most High,
yeah,
how turn ye again to the weak and beggarly elements?
So you gotta watch yourself. If you look at yourself and examine yourself, whether you be in the faith, you start going back to the weak and beggarly elements, which is what? Do what the flesh says. You know, and if you didn't get that, if y'all didn't, whoever didn't get the flesh class, when she posts that, y'all gotta watch that class. Because all it is that you're going right back to what your desire is, your will is, your lust is. And that's all it's saying here. Go ahead.
Whereunto ye desire again to be in bondage.
And that's what you're drawing back to. So this mind of going back is going back to that mentality, to that mind state, to that spirit. Go from there, go to 1 Peter 4:3. Let's just get a little bit more. A little bit more of that real quick.
Come.
Go ahead.
1 Peter chapter 4, verse 3. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles.
We're going to stop right there because I want to hear more than one brother or more than one sister. What was the will of the Gentiles? Somebody answer this.
Oh, just
talk loud.
Profess Christ.
No. What was the will of the Gentiles? What was their will? We wrote the will of the Gentiles.
What's their will now?
What's their will now?
Just believe Christ in your heart.
Believe Christ in your heart. Good start. Perfect start to the door opening to this statement, question, subject. All right, because we're not gonna move on to. I want to see what y'all think the will of the Gentiles is. What was the will of the Gentiles? What is it that they write in you? They write in your spirit for you to be, to think, to feel, to act. I'm giving it all away. What?
Basically be lawless.
You gotta talk loud.
To basically be lawless.
What does that mean? Get a little more in depth.
Do as you please and
do as you please. Aleister Crowley, right? Do as you will, right? Okay, what else, Mark? No, you weren't.
I promise.
You were? Okay. The same mind, same judgment. Go ahead, what?
I was going to say, just believe. Like, all you have to do is believe.
All you have to do is believe. Okay. Well, what was the will of the Gentile? What would they want you to do? What would they rather you do?
Partake in like traditions.
Right, there you go. Now you get a little more.
The
traditions of men. Halloween, Christmas. They rather you be blind to the fact of the scriptures, right?
God.
They rather you follow the traditions of men. That's the real that was wrote in you from your youth up is, God bless America, right? And nowhere else. I'm celebrating Christmas, 4th of July, Thanksgiving. We getting all that out of the way. What?
The will of the Gentiles is that wisdom of Solomon, where it says like our life is short and tedious.
Right.
So
Wisdom of Solomon 2.
Yeah,
I went over that the other day with the flesh.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's, to me, that's the will.
That's the will of the Gentiles, which is for you to go ahead and follow the backpack across America mentality, the no focus, no vision, no fighting for your nation. Are y'all listening to this?
God.
No, no fighting for your nation, no building, no charity, no love, just all individualism. That's what it comes back down to. Go ahead, you got it.
So what is their will, though? What is the will of the Gentiles? Y'all named a bunch of things, but what is the will of the Gentiles?
Conform.
Well, they want you to do their will, but what is their will? What is the Gentiles' will concerning Israel?
No.
Anti.
Their will concerning us?
Yeah.
Oh, to keep us in the position that we're in now.
To keep you in bondage and slavery, but really, when you go to Psalms 83, their will was to cut you off. And guess what y'all do every time you draw back? You say, you know what? We're going to do your job for you.
Yeah.
That's what the will is. The will of the Gentile is to do what? Have the perfect slave.
Yep.
To have that mind.
You don't need the Bible.
Yeah.
Get back on those blunts.
Yeah, get back to the blunts.
That way you can keep arguing with your rib. You guys can keep having division in your household. Your kids can grow up as little nappy-headed Negroes that smoke blunts just like you. That's the will of the Gentiles. Oh, you know what? Bro, you don't need nobody. You need yourself.
Yep.
Lock into yourself, your selfishness, your greediness, because Christ was the opposite. Christ was the opposite. Right? We haven't even touched on it. It's gonna,
Let me read this real quick.
Yeah.
Psalms 83. This is the will of the Gentiles.
Just write this down. Y'all know this.
Psalms 83:4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. So when they present you with different ideas and different entrepreneurships to go run to, they're really saying, you know what, don't gather with your people. Go do your own thing. That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. So yeah, it is for you to put down the scriptures. Don't do your holidays, do theirs. Don't remember the Most High at anything. We want you to promote us.
Put down your love for your nation. Put down your brotherhood. Put down your commitment. Put down your dedication. You got to put those down for what your nation is, and come join me, because God bless America, right?
Right.
You know, if you don't love your country, your country has no part of you then, right? Who's your country? America's my country. And how do you uphold America? By being a hard-working citizen. But the same thing they want you to do is what the Most High wants you to do. But for your nation, your people, your kindred, your nationality, your family, your household. Right? So read that again. Read that 1 Peter 4:3.
Come. 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 3. For the time past of our life may suffice.
Right.
Us to write the will of the Gentiles.
And that's what you did. You write the will of the Gentiles. That's why that's your first nature. Your first nature is what the white man told you. And I'm not going to go over the class I just went over. But the first nature is what the white man told you. It ain't what the spirit told you. It's what the flesh tells you. And they know how to tap in it. And they got you there. That's why when you resort and you go right back to what? Individualism. Selfishness. Pride. Arrogance. Just like your daddy. Mr. White Man. Right? Same thing. Same demons he got on him, he imprinted on our people. Watch. Read on.
When we walk in lasciviousness.
Right. We walked after the lust. Go ahead.
Lust.
Read.
Excessive of wine.
Right. This is scripture I put the other night. Go ahead.
Reveling.
Read.
Banqueting.
Read. Right. You want to be partying, banqueting. You know, I don't want to do none of that. I just want to go home and sit in the closet. See? No, but what y'all not understanding is that that's the manipulative spirit. Like, listen, I'm following, keeping the Sabbath, but I'm in the closet. I'm not banqueting. I'm not reveling. I'm not beating on. I'm not doing none of that.
I've had a beer in a year.
So you're trying to tell me selfishness is not sin? You're trying to tell me by you being worried about you is not a sin? But that's the manipulative spirit of drawing back. Y'all gonna see. Go ahead, read on.
And abominable adulteries.
Yeah, you get into all this things of the flesh, excessiveness. You out there wilding out, right? Go ahead.
Verse 4. Wherein they think it strange that ye run that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you.
Right, so y'all get this, right? Drawing back. That's just the little basics of what is drawing back. Go back to 2 Peter 2, and you're going to read verse 21.
2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 21.
For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness.
And we're going to understand that more. See, it's better for you not to have known, because now you've been given the responsibility, you've been given the gift and duty and service of the Most High. It's better for you not to have known this than to crucify Christ afresh. Right? Go ahead.
Then, after they have known it, to turn from the holy commandment,
right,
delivered unto them,
right.
But it has happened unto them according to the true proverb,
right.
The dog is turned to his own vomit again.
So ask yourself this: when those spirits get on you, are they new spirits or are they the same thing you came in with?
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing you came in with. So stop trying to think you're deep, please. Like you're going back to something that's different. You're drawing back out of the spirit by going back to the same thing you already were partaking in. You're not coming and you're not changing. That's what got you. It never left. It never left. But it never left because you never denied it and said, oh, that's the old man. That's not the new man. And you all the way, you're adding sin to sin by keeping denying that is wicked and wrong. You're trying to find that way to make it right. Oh, why is it? That's not wrong. That's not evil. That's not disobedient. That's not selfish. So you keep going right back to those things. Go ahead and finish it. You're going to read finish 22.
And the soul that was washed to her wallowing in the mire.
Right, see? And the Most High gave you a taste of that new life. He washed you, but you go right back to the mire. Go ahead.
That was the end of it.
All right, go from there. So, when we ask ourselves, what do they turn back to? What's the one thing that a lot of people turn back to, and why? Go to Proverbs 132. First thing that everybody turn backs to. The first thing, what's the first thing that pulls on our spirit?
Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 22.
What is that, Brick? Lust. Okay, you're almost there. And you're right. You're right. One of the first things, that's the lust. But break it down, get a little more basic. What's the first thing that the world wants you to have?
Nah, just the dog returns to his vomit.
Oh. So what's the one thing that you turn back to? What's the one thing that pulls you? What?
The one thing that you felt made you at peace the most.
Right. What's the one thing that pulls on all Israel? Money, finances, success. But how does that start pulling you back? How?
Doubt, faith, lack of faith.
Doubt, lack of faith, right? But what else?
Bills.
Yeah, all y'all right. You know, I'm just going to come from another perspective. All what you're saying is correct. Proverbs 132, read that.
Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 32.
Go ahead.
For the turning away of the simple shall slay them.
You know why a lot of people turn back? Because you be looking at the simple, man. You look at people turn back, and you look at them, you start to see their success and wickedness. Right? You start to see them living and breathing. And you forgot the scripture that though sentence is not executed speedily, it is set in the minds of men to do evil. So what do? You looking at the simple, and you become simple. Oh, that brother, that sister turned back. She's smoking blunt skin. She's smoking hookah. She's going out. I watch her Instagram. I watch her Snapchat. A tornado ain't come through the building. Like, she's looking like she's having fun. Right? Wow, she's like out there, and look at me. I'm over here, gotta wear this dress. Yeah, I can't dress like I want to. Right? I can't put on makeup. Brothers too, right?
You like the pig that watch the other pigs play in the mud. You like that clean pig. It tells you in that Peter we read. Right. It said like the sow, right? That returns from that washing. You like that pig, that clean pig, and you look at all the other pigs play in the filth. But they're not playing in mud, they're playing in filth and pollution and dirt. And you just like, man, I want some of that. Mm-hmm. That looks good. But not realizing that cleansing that you're going through is a lot better.
Right. Well, because there are certain things that weren't instilled in your spirit when you got the word. Mm-hmm. So, read it again.
Verse 32. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them.
You understanding this? It's saying that the simple turned away and you were watching them, but that slayed you. Because you thought the simple were getting away with it. You thought they were going to prosper. You thought there was going to be some longevity in what they're doing. You didn't consider the scriptures and say, dang, wait a minute. Does the Most High want me to turn back and go back to my vomit, my old ways, my old thinking? Or does he want me to show that the grace that he's given me is worthy, not worthless? Go ahead.
And the prosperity of fools.
The what?
Prosperity of fools.
So what is it telling you? A fool will prosper. The wicked will prosper. A lot of times, man, brothers leave the truth because they see that the fear of the Lord don't stay on them. From the beginning, they think that the Most High was going to come down and strike lightning. Because you came in with a humble spirit, right? And some of y'all came in getting whooped by the Most High, right?
Gun.
And you had the fear. But then you seen this person leave, that person leave, this person return back to their vomit, and you were like, man, they're successful in wickedness. They're successful in pride. They're successful in belligerent, in selfishness.
It's working for them.
Yeah, it's working for them.
It might work for me.
Yeah, the Most High, see, I have no reason to fear the Most High. I have no reason to fear the commandments. A lot of times, why? Because you were men-pleasing the whole time. That's what happens. A lot of times, brothers and sisters, really, you're just men-pleasing the whole time. You really don't have the fear of the Lord, and then you come to this epiphanies out of nowhere 10 years later that, yeah, you don't want to do this no more. Because you never feared. You never believed. Yeah, maybe it's the Most High revealing that you weren't chosen. You weren't chosen for this. But the ones that do believe are going to look at themselves and say, man, where's my mind at? Where's my spirit at? You know? Am I in this mode to where I'm looking at wicked things and I'm seeing it prosper, and then I start putting my hand in that and getting dirty? That's just going to get you to draw back. So number one of the biggest problems that get brothers and sisters to draw back, you see other people do wickedness and you think you can prosper in wickedness too. Psalm 73 and 2. Go to Psalm 73 and 2. The whole point of this class is to get you to see, man, when you get in that spirit of, I'm going to go back to my vomit, to understand. I'll put it like this. If we had a crystal ball and I can tell you your future, this is it right here. This is the crystal ball. Why is a lot of brothers and sisters warped and turned? It's only certain things that you're going to fall back into for certain reasons. It's not rocket science. When they fall off, you can pinpoint it. Oh, he fell off because his rib left him. Oh yeah, his rib left him. He was upset. He was thinking that the Most High, he was doing enough of work and he deserved that, and he got angry. Oh, this one right here, he came in, he thought it was going to be on some money tip. He thought it was going to be on woman tip. He thought it was going to be about, he thought it was going to be easy. Oh, that's why he left. It's easy to identify why people leave. Oh, they weren't rooted. They were tossed to and fro when they first came in. Every wind of doctrine. It's easy. It's easy to identify you. Why? Because your symptoms are from the beginning the same thing, and then you end up turning right back to that same vomit when you draw back. Right? It's an easy diagnosis. What?
It's like having an infection and taking an antibiotic, but the antibiotic, you never take the antibiotic.
You don't go the 7 days,
right?
So it kind of dormants.
Right, and your infection never goes away.
Yeah, it never goes away, and that's how Israel usually does things. It's like they cover it up, they fake it, they don't want to let it go, and it ends up being their downfall and their destruction. So what do I tell brothers and sisters? Man, you got to look that negative in the face, and you got to know your weakness. The scriptures say examine yourself whether you be in the faith. You got to look in the mirror and say, man, you know what? I'm phony as hell. You know what I mean? I don't want to do this because I'm lazy. I got pride. I got doubt. I'm negative. I don't want to do this because I'm jealous. I got envy. I got a strifeful spirit. You got to look at yourself, because all it's going to do, you're not destroying anything but you. Y'all get this? So read that, Psalm 73 and 2.
But as for me, my feet were almost gone.
Right.
My steps had well nigh slipped.
Yeah, a lot of brothers' steps always slip. Why? Go ahead.
For I was envious at the foolish.
Yeah, see? They see the simple, and they see their prosperity. They see the simple, they see them weak, right? And prospering in it, doubting, and prospering in it, faithless, and prospering in it, money, and prospering in it, thinking like, I don't gotta have faith. I mean, look at them, they're doing it. I mean, if we were gonna judge it by that, bro, go out there and look at the world. The world is prospering. But the Most High said the whole world lieth in wickedness. Like, you see how your judgment starts to get warped? Like, that don't even make sense. Like, that has never changed. There is more of them than more of us. As a drop to a wave. So if you were going to judge it on the prosperity of fools and the wicked people, come on now. They're prospering, they're growing. But these are the things that turn you away. So what is your heart? What are you missing? If you look at the prosperity of foods and see they're growing and flourishing, what was in your mind? What was in your thoughts? You know what I mean? What's been in you the whole time that you never let go? You see that? That's why, see, the scriptures show you how to really look at yourself. And when you don't, you sit there and act like there's not a problem. It's like the sister said, it lays dormant, and then eventually it comes right back around. Satan uses that to pull the Holy Spirit from you, because he knows how it works. The Most High, that Satan and God can't serve, or you can't serve God and mammon. He knows that. Y'all get this? Go ahead.
When I saw the prosperity of the wicked.
Go ahead.
For there are no bands in their death.
Right. So they look at the no bands, right? Or the bands to make them dance. Right? They look at these things and say, man, these people, they're functioning. I want to be happy too. But the thing is, when you turn from the Most High, now you get what? Suicidal. Because now the Spirit is working on you. You know better. Right? You get more sad. You go out there, you look at their happiness, and then you go out there and you get more sad, more down, more destructive. Right? That's how it be, because it don't work like that. That's all a facade. It's all fake. And you knew it was fake when you got the truth and gave your spirit and committed to the Most High. You knew it was fake. So why are you going back to it? Why are you going back to the vomit? You believe the lie. You believe the simple, man. You started to be simple just like them. Because some selfish reason. We'll get into that. Go ahead.
But their strength is firm.
Right. You look at them, man. You're like, man, look at these guys. Healthy. You think you're diminishing. You look at their prosperity, man. You look at their growth, and you think you look at that as wealth and health. You look at you go through trials and tribulation and persecution and temptation, and you don't value the Holy Spirit pulling you through. You don't value that. That's why a lot of y'all got to grow the hell up, man, and understand what Yahweh Shai has done for you in your life. Or you're going to let something as small as this, something as small as the simple or the prosperity of the wicked, pull you out. What verse are you at?
Verse 5.
All right, what's that, sis?
I was going to say, it's like a scale. It's like a worldly scale and then the spiritual scale.
Yeah.
The worldly scale, the measurement is completely different from the spiritual scale.
Oh, yeah.
So what might appear to be prosperity on the worldly scale,
right,
really isn't.
It's not.
Because that's what the world gives them, and that illusion
yeah.
that we always talk about, that illusion is not a real true measurement of happiness.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Whereas with the spiritual scale, it is. And even with our tribulation and whatnot, we have the promise of going through that, what the reward is going to be, which is 50 billion times better than
it should be. It should be, but that becomes the monotony, the long suffering to receive that is where that carnal mind comes in, and it tries to now, wait a minute, really, when you ask me, what is my soul worth, you really start weighing that out.
Like if I had $1 billion.
Yeah, like really, and you're not understanding that it's temporary. These things are carnal.
Can I get one?
Yeah.
Oh, go to Proverbs 12:26. Proverbs 12:26. Mm-hmm. Because this is what happens. This is what there's a few things that happen that we don't realize. Somebody read that.
Proverbs chapter 12, verse 26.
Go ahead.
The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor.
See, you got to remember that you're more excellent than your neighbor, which is the wicked next to you. You're built more righteous. You're brought into that righteousness. Mm-hmm. See, the Most High has given us the tools to be the righteous example. But what happens? Read on.
But the way of the wicked.
But the what?
The way of the wicked.
Yeah. See, my feet almost slip when I look at the prosperity of the wicked. Mm-hmm. The simple is slain by looking at that wicked doing. It's just, man, it's like the little kid that grew up in the hood, right? His parents sheltered him and guided him. They were like, you ain't gonna go outside and play. Why? Because there's drug dealers out there, there's bad men out there. But what did he do? He's like, I want to be like them. That looks good. That looks fun. They got all the cars, all the women, all the enjoyments. They get to stay out late, and then what does he go and do? He joins the gang, and he's the first one shot in the drive-by. Like, he's in the car doing the drive-by, but somehow got shot. Because he was simple. He was in the wrong place. He took himself out of that righteous covering to be what? Just to be killed? You drew into death? That's what we do, though. Read it one more time.
The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor. But the way of the wicked seduceth them.
Yeah, and what are you getting seduced by, though? Obviously, we know it's money. We know it's cars, it's clothes, it's hoes, all the nigga knows, right? But it's a lot more than that. You getting seduced back into, I can do it better by myself. You getting seduced back into that old mind state of, what's zero? I can do it all by myself. Be that all myself, right? You getting seduced back into, I could burn him. I could burn him and leave him. I could hit him and quit him. You get seduced back into that mind state because there's a there's a guideline you have to follow in the truth. There's a guideline you have to follow when it comes to dealing with the Most High. There's rules and regulations. And you like, I want to be lawless in all aspects. I don't want to be no husband to no woman. I don't want to be no father to no child. Right? I don't want to be a wife to no man. I want a wife. Hell nah. I'm trying to live like I'm in college all the way till I'm 40.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to be irresponsible. It's all these things that you are seduced into. Irresponsibility. Like, nigga, backpacking across Europe, you can't even make it from point A to point B in Houston.
Braeswood to Gessner.
Yeah, you could barely do that without needing a hand. How you gonna backpack or do all these things that you see your neighbor doing? But you have the righteousness. We got to remember that. Where were you gonna go?
Yeah, that's a good one. Psalms 37:1. So just reiterating, these are the things that pull you back, and the scriptures is telling us, man, this is not rocket science. You don't need a crystal ball. You don't need to be a time jumper and to jump in the future and oh man, now I see what's gonna happen. Let me jump back in time. You don't need to do that. We got the future right here. And which one are you going to be pulled by? How long are you gonna last, huh? How long? How long are you gonna last before you just pop, snap, and go right back to the vomit? You gotta look at this, man. You gotta know yourself. Go ahead, read that. Psalms 37:1.
Psalms 37, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Fret not thyself because of evildoers.
Why is he warning us of this? Because you look at evildoers and you see them prosper. You see them productive. You see them being blessed and moving and living and breathing. But that's only to deceive the simple. The ones that are faithful, we know that their outcome is destruction. We know what the Most High is going to do. How do we know that? Because you yourself, you have lived that life. Your ancestors have lived that life. You lived in that captivity. But somehow, somewhere along the way, you forgot. You let go of the things that were keeping you rooted. Right? That's why it says, oh, read on, I'll get it.
Neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity.
See, then you start getting mad at them. Some of y'all be teaching and be angry with the wicked because you want to be like them.
Damn. Wow.
Now I get it.
You know what's crazy about
it? Just
that?
hit me. That's why you be like, yeah, they're wicked, but I'm gonna go right with them, man. It's like, what? You were just saying that they evil, wicked, they're the devil. You know, brothers be doing that, man. White man's the devil, but that white girl though. It's like, I mean, the nations, dirty ass heathens. I'll never got you a hammer now, right? Like, bro, don't come over here with that overzealous madness because it'd be fake. Because if you really hated evil so much, then you would be giving yourself that much more to good and righteousness and dedication and commitment to standing boldly for the Most High.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
In that Psalms 73:2, David said, I almost slipped. Why would he almost slip? Well, he was letting you know he was looking at the wrong thing. Now, if I'm watching my steps, I'm not going to slip because you can't walk and do this. But see, the point was that the whole time that you were supposed to be rooted, Hebrews 12:15, somebody get that? The whole time you were supposed to be, that's when you actually, okay. The whole time you were supposed to be rooted in the right things, get Hebrews 12:15, somebody hold it. But the whole time you were supposed to be rooting your mind, your spirit in the wisdom, what were you doing? You were taking glimpses back on that old life.
Right.
You're hopping back into your Facebook memories, like, damn, I remember that. Man, I love that picture. And then you start getting reattached to all the memories that you did that night when you drank the whole bar under the table, right? Another Facebook memory pops up a day later. Like, damn.
You know, I don't know what brought you to say that, but you know, as I was putting this class together, you know what the Spirit said? The camp needs to go on a social media fast.
Yeah. Because
you see brothers and sisters start fainting, passing out. You won't know what to do. You'll be like the guy that is like, bruh.
And then you just gotta take the face and flick it in front of their face to revive them.
Yeah.
It's like an epi shot of Facebook. But it's real. That's what you do. Instead of studying, you're looking back on the you from 5 years ago.
Random thumb scrolls.
That you claimed wasn't a prisoner, that was free. You're like, man, I like that nigga.
Right.
He was dope.
Yeah.
He was young and sexy. He was in the gym all the time.
Yeah, look at my guns back then. Look at my skin. It was fresh.
Right? I had no wrinkles. Man, wife. I didn't believe in that then.
Yep.
What the hell was that? I was just hitting chicks.
Yep.
Husband. Nah, no nigga can tell me nothing.
You start talking about that old language back in the day.
Back in the day.
Like, I don't even mess with y'all. I was buff back then.
Yeah.
Like, what are you saying?
Because the whole time you're looking at, it says a wise man will look well to his goings. A prudent man. Instead of looking well to the way you going forward, you's trying to walk forward but look backwards. So you slip. Because you never, and you're not rooting yourself. That's the problem with brothers. Stop looking back. Paul said, I press towards the mark that I might attain the prize. He said, looking on the things forward.
Yeah.
Brothers are still looking back, trying to, I always say the analogy, you're trying to be Al Bundy, scoring 4 touchdowns in Polk High.
Yeah.
And you 40. Who cares? That happened, it's done. You was the man in high school.
Right. No, or, and I keep saying this, I've been saying this for the last few months, is that you don't believe that man was wretched. That's why you keep those old mentality, that old mind, and it comes right back up. I don't want to do this, because you believe what you was doing was more powerful than what we're doing. You didn't see that old life, old man, old mind, old feelings, old desires was wretched and destructive and death.
I was gonna say destructive.
Yeah.
You destroy things around people around you.
Yeah, you don't see that. But it's because you never denied the flesh. You try to sew an old cloth on a new garment, and now you're looking back, and you go melt. Yeah.
Because for so many years when we were in the world, nobody told us. Nobody told us that we were on.
No, because the world, everybody, you were the dry bones, you were the zombies, the Walking Dead. You were all going the same way until you woke up, and then you realized, wait a minute, what the heck? But see, you only woke up on the Black Power movement thing. You woke up on Christ being black. You woke up on you're the Hebrew Israelite. You woke up on your identity, and you start running, and all these zombies are going this way, and then all of a sudden, that bored you. You got bored. All of a sudden, now you're looking back at the zombies going this way, like, well, I want to go right back with the zombies.
These niggas are running with cars, houses, women, clothes. They running with social media likes. They running with all the stuff that I used to have.
Their joy, happiness. I'm over here, I'm suffering the trials and tribulation. You know, I'm living that life like Christ. And you don't want to. A lot of brothers don't want to. Or do you? Or you do want to. But the old man is telling you, you know what? What's the point? What's the fight for? Why am I doing this? You see that? Hey, but that's the condition of the battle, right? You gotta choose. You gotta choose. You have to make the choice. All right, go ahead. Read Psalms 37:1.
God, fret not thyself because of evildoers.
Yeah, you can't. You gotta stop getting jittery and letting the world and the fictitious environment and the matrix dream deceive you. There's another way. If Yahushua appeared through the fourth and said, "Let me see what you did with my talent," you would burst. You're going to burst. Think about that. If Yahushua showed up right now, what can you say that you did with the talent? Right? He that doubteth is damned if he eat. So if you didn't want to do it, what you gonna say to him? Now you think it's a joke, like some of these sisters? Well, I just get thrown in hell. You think that's funny? You think that's, you finna go that route? Y'all don't understand that what you're fighting for, that your little kid mentality, you're fighting for your spirit. You're fighting for things, man, that is beyond, you better start comprehending. You understand that? Yeah, we're fighting, man, for things beyond your little self. All right, go ahead.
Neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity.
Yeah, see, and that's what happens. You start seeing them in the mall. They booed up, holding their hands with their girl. Kids laughing and high-fiving each other in slow motion. You know what I mean? You're like, I want that.
Sound like the scene from
but it was a dream. It was fictitious, because then when they went up the mall, what happened? You didn't see her drag him down the mall like, no, nigga, you're not getting none of that. You're like, damn. Yeah, so that's what happens?
Yeah, the kid's bad as hell. They
get
in trouble. He be beating her on the low.
Yeah, you didn't see that. You didn't see all those things.
He's passive aggressive, so she pulls him down the mall. But when they get home, she he be snapping out. You don't see those things because there's no wisdom in any of that situation.
Right, you forgot their wives are going to be wicked, children wicked.
Go on there.
You know what I mean? You forgot that. All those things didn't make no sense. So now you're starting to draw back to the dark side. Instead of saying, nah, hold on. Let God be true. He said this was going to happen. It's going to happen. I'm going to be punished. Our nation was punished. We don't look at those things. You don't look at right now with that double mind, you're punished. You don't see that. That you're not free because you got a double mind spirit. You can't let these demons, Satan, draw you back. Go ahead.
God. Verse 2. For they shall soon be cut down.
Listen, that's the reality of the wicked. They're going to be soon cut down. Go ahead.
Like the grass, and wither as the green herb.
Right. Go from there. Go to Psalm 73, verse 12.
I mean, do brothers believe that? Do y'all believe that? That's going to be their end?
Like, we got to pause for like 30 minutes for these verses. Let you muse on them. Be like, do y'all get it?
Do y'all believe that?
Do I? 30 minutes later, we got to pause 30 minutes at each verse so it can marinate. Because a lot of people, we be going over these scriptures and be like, yeah, next scripture, come on, nigga, come with it. Come with it. Yeah, that's how it be. It's like you're bored because your spirit's getting ripped. You know what I mean? We supposed to be getting this to clean ourselves. So this is the washing of the water by the word. Wash out the niggerism and doubt and pride and jealousy and hatred and that spirit of a double-minded man or double-minded woman. You got to wash that away from you. You got to have clean hearts, clean minds, and circumcise the foreskins of your minds. Because Israel's a stubborn and rebellious nation. But where has that gotten you? Where has that gotten you? You know what I mean? What did I tell you all the time? All those brothers and sisters I know that drew back, guess where their kids at now? They got to worry about lesbians. I know brothers' daughters done turned lesbians. It's real. Sons is faggots. These are Israelites. Why? Because they draw back. But they don't know the repercussions because they're in their youth. And they like, shit, I could be disgruntled. I could be this. And I could be out of order. I don't have to bear witness to the Most High. And then they see their kids come up. They be little niggas like them. And the Most High what? Spanking them. And they don't even see that either though. They don't even see it. It's like you have the truth to raise your kids with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And now they're little demons and goonies and gremlins and lesbians and drug heads. You got to see that. It's not only you. While you plain Bible, it's going to affect everybody around you. Like it affect our nation, our communities, our neighborhood. When we go out there, that's our brothers and sisters do. They play Bible. Play I fear the Lord. You double dutching. Just give me the word of truth. You're like, bro, we going to give you the word of truth. But the Most High knows your heart. He knows this is a damn game with you. And it got to stop so you won't drag people down with you. You won't drag your wife, your kids. That's going to destroy everything you're doing. It's going to destroy it, man. Listen, why do I believe it? One, I've seen it. And two, the Most High is true, and let every man be a lie. You know what I mean? The devil's a lie. The Most High is true. Go ahead, read that.
Psalms chapter 73, verse 12. Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world.
Yeah, so just a reiteration, man, that's what really deceives a lot of people a lot of times. You're looking at the prosperity of the wicked. You're looking at them and you're like, man, he took all his income tax and got shoes. You know what I mean?
The whole 5,000.
Yeah, you're like, damn, I wish I could do that.
Like he walked through with 20 bags.
Yeah, like look at her. Look, he got him a young tender. And me, I got a disgruntled, out of order, disrespectful woman. You really thinking like that's what he got because he rolling through the mall. First of all, he just met her on a social media.
On Tinder.
Right. Some chick, she probably just blew him in the mall parking lot.
In the hoopty.
Right. But it's all like, to you, it's like, see, it's you spacing out. You got stars in your eyes.
No, it's the movie. You don't see the behind the scenes.
Right.
You don't see the folly reel. And you don't see the follies, man. You just see the end of the production where, yeah, like you said, they walk through the mall, they high five in slow motion. For some reason, like it's like wind is blowing in the mall and their hair is flowing, and it's like, what the hell?
Nah,
but
it's not real.
And then you look at your situation like it's worse. Remember, the scriptures say the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor.
There you go.
But see, you let the eyes, the things that are
present,
seduce you into thinking that the wisdom is not important, that the building is not important.
There you go.
That's what you get blinded from.
Yep.
Instead of keeping your eyes on, and like the scriptures say, meditate in the precepts.
Day and night.
You meditate on how you get the young tender.
Right. All I just want is a brand new wife. All in life, I just wanted a brand new wife and a family and a rib and the kids. That's all I want.
But you got that.
And that's easy. That's easy. Like the Most High gives ribs like it ain't nothing.
Got her on eBay.
That's easy. Like niggas out there is getting women like it ain't nothing. That's easy. That's it? That's all you want in life? You know what I mean? That's what you chasing. And then when you get that, what happens? Guess what's gonna happen? You ain't fulfilled. It ain't enough. You
didn't put enough wisdom in your head to
keep it. Yeah.
You was still too busy looking at the next wicked man. Everything you ever got, you lost. Why? Because you were too busy looking over your shoulder like, what they got, what he got. His is better.
Yep.
Like you said, there's no satisfaction.
Mm-hmm.
You see how this mind. That's another thing that draws you back.
Yeah.
Is lack of satisfaction, not being content.
Yeah. Go ahead, read down.
They increase in riches.
Right.
Verily I have cleansed my heart in vain.
And that's what you start saying. You start saying, what? I have cleansed my heart in vain. Like, why am I here again? Like, this ain't important. Like, damn. Why? Like, really? It's not important? Everything we do is important. I don't give a damn. If you give a prophet a cup of water and a cup of water is important, then when the sisters come in here and mock, we gonna be like, well, that's not important. You see how dumb that is to say that? Well, I don't see the importance in this. Nigga, even Mr. Miyagi knew wax on, wax off was important. How come you don't know that it's the basic things, the small essential things we do in the truth, ministry, in charity, and love, and dedication is important.
That's cool.
Anything and everything can teach you. When the sisters, this is why some of y'all need to grow up and have kids. When you have a child, and you take this child and you make them clean up the room, what are they saying?
Why?
Why? Why are they saying why?
Why? No. Because they don't want to do it.
What? But really, they don't see no benefit in it. Yep. Why clean it up when I can just leave my stuff right there all around?
Yep.
Right? Why do I have to clean? I do it all the time. My son, like, what is this? This is a damn tornado in here. Clean this up. He's looking at me like, why? It's easier because it's right here on the floor. Look, it's right on my bed, all my clothes. All I got to do is grab.
That's Noah.
Right?
It's convenient.
It's convenient, but that's a childlike mentality. And it's a chaotic, disoriented child mentality. So when you start showing them, Shawashna was telling me she went in with Mama Willa and was like, listen, it took him maybe 10 minutes to hang his stuff up, put his drawers right, fix his room up, right? And she's like, well, now do you see how easy it is to access everything? See, it's another way. But one way is chaotic, the other way is in order. But that just depends on interpretation, doesn't it?
Right?
See, this is how human minds work. That depends on interpretation. Now, imagine growing up, getting 25, 30 years old, still having that mentality. You're telling the brother, you need stability. And it's like, well, your stability is not my stability. So we got to come back to this and show them what is the true stability. Right? But you see how crazy it is? You pull all this stuff and you start to fortify yourself in madness. In madness. And you believe it. And it formulates your ideas on life. You formulate your ideas in your family, in your household, with your children. Just from all the way back from being a damn rebellious child because you don't want to clean your room. Or from a person that what? The only way to get through this is smoking a blunt. And I've been smoking blunts since I was 10. Now I'm 30, I'm still smoking blunts. It fixes me. Because all he did was live with smoking blunts, right? It makes sense to him. But it's destructive to him, his family, his kids. He doesn't understand that there's no stability that he's teaching and wisdom he's teaching his household and his children and his wife, that he can be a man without letting this substance control him. I can survive and deal with you without letting these things control me. They don't see it. And then when we come in with the wisdom, like Christ is the strength, he's the power, they're like, nah, that don't make sense. I don't see it, That's just you telling me. So you got to go right back like a child where? To the simplicity. Oh, bro, you should have showed him that scripture. This would have showed him that, yeah, as much as things that men committed unto you, that means that if I commit something unto you, if you can't be honorable in that, Christ, if you can't be honorable with the stuff we give you, you think Christ is coming back with power, rulership, and authority, and kingdom and majesty, and saying, here, brother, you didn't give a crap about none of this earthly things, but I'm going to set you over heavenly things? It don't work like that. It works the way Yahushua said it's going to work. Go ahead.
Come. And wash my hands in innocency.
Yeah, like, why am I cleaning myself up? Why am I making myself pure? This gets you to draw back. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 14. For all the day long have I been plagued. And chastened every morning.
Yeah, you wake up, man. Bro, I got to be here, class. Got to study. Why I got to be in class? Why I got to do this? It's like, I'm chastened every morning. Why do I have to clean myself up again? See, because you start looking at the wicked, the prosperity of them. That's why you're thinking that way. Because if your butt was getting whipped and the Most High was breaking you down and killing people around you, then you would be like, whoa, what the heck is going on? And how many of our people are out there going through that? Family members are dying. This person's dying. That person's dying. This person's going to jail. This person got heart disease. This person got cancer. And the Most High is punishing all these people around them, and they're like, they still can't see it.
They don't see the purpose of, you don't see the purpose to keep your hands clean.
They don't.
It's like, well, I'm going to eat, they're going to get dirty anyway.
Yep.
It's like a kid, man. You don't see the purpose to have those clean hands for the next person around you, for your family, for your members.
Job 21:7.
Yep.
So, on this point, I'm saving the best for the last. On this point of the prosperity of the wicked, because we're going to show you that straight out. Yahushua said it, that this will pull you out. Read that, 21:7.
Job chapter 21 verse 7.
Go ahead.
Wherefore do the wicked live? Become old.
And that's what you're looking at. You're looking at the wicked getting old. You remember when Jay-Z was just 21. Now he's a billionaire. You're like,
still looking 21?
Yeah, still.
I done lost all my hair in his whole career.
Right.
And he still got a full head of nappy dreads.
Right. You're looking at the wicked growing. But you don't see their kids is going to grow what they going to grow up to see. That's how you know it. I keep telling y'all, the scriptures, the key is you look at their generations and start seeing the Will Smith, you became a faggot, now your kids is androgynous. Yeah. You see that? It's like destructive through their line. Just like us. When our kids and our families in the neighborhoods and the communities, look at them, drug dealers, killers, murderers. See, that's how you know you're cursed. It says you're going to look at your generations. Your generations will be cursed. Go ahead.
Yea, are mighty in power. Their seed is established in their sight with them.
That's what you think. You think their seed is established. You think they're going to grow. The wicked think they're going to grow. They think they're never going to end. They think they're going to prosper to the end. This Yahushua is not coming back. That's all fairy tales. They've been saying that since the beginning of time, right? Go ahead.
And their offspring before their eyes.
Go ahead.
Their houses are safe from fear.
Yeah, their houses are safe from fear. You see you struggling, but them flourishing. Go ahead.
But the thing is, look at all those households of these so-called celebrities or whatever. All the drama that comes out of there, all the mental abuse.
Right.
Think about it, man. When you do have children, I mean, like Will Smith's son talking about he ain't got no sexuality. I mean, think about that. That kid's what? How old is he? He was like 13 when he said that.
He's like 18 now, 19.
But he was young. He was young when he said that. For a 13-year-old to say, I ain't got no gender. What's going on in that house but a lot of mental torments? For him to say, I don't want to identify with either one of you idiot parents I have.
That's Hollywood, though. Hollywood is, I'm raising my kids androgynous. You see Angelina Jolie's daughter?
But that's a son, ain't it?
No, he got sons, but the girl is being raised as a boy.
Yeah, Charlize Theron too.
Yeah,
she's doing that. And they're black. That's the sad part.
Yeah, they're raising these kids to be androgynous. Yep. You know, so it's it's gonna tell us. Read down.
Neither is the rod of God upon them.
You see that? You don't think there's no punishment. And this is where y'all start to loosen up on your zeal and your love and your dedication and your offering to the Most High, because you're trying to wear it out. You're like, well, what's the point of me being righteous when the wicked are prosperous? That's drawing you back. You're a fool. You're being foolish. Go ahead.
They're bull gendering.
Yeah, you're looking at their household, their money. The bulls, remember, the cattle was our money back in the day. You know, it's like, man, they functioning, they growing. Right? Go ahead.
And fail it not.
Read.
Their cow calved.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And cast it not her calf.
Yeah, I told y'all. All these brothers, I've been saying this. You got these brothers in Albuquerque, they figure because their families is functioning. But these niggas done turned to drugs, to tattoos all over their body with Hebrew on it. It's like, bro, now you trying to tell me I can break the commandments and I can be prosperous. That's all you're doing. You're telling me I can break the laws and willingly and be prosperous because you know better. But that's how they think. They like, none is happening to me. I'm keeping the Sabbath. Sad, man. Go ahead.
They send forth their little ones like a flock, and their children dance.
Read.
They take the timbrel and harp.
Yeah, like I said, they be in the mall dancing in slow motion, right? Go ahead.
And rejoice at the sound of the organ.
Go ahead.
They spend their days in wealth, and in a moment go down to the grave.
Yeah, read.
Therefore they say unto God, depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy ways.
Yeah, so that's what the wicked do. Go ahead.
What is the Almighty that we should serve him?
Now, you see that? And that's where your mind goes. What is that? You're like, wait a minute. If the wicked are getting away with it, they lived a happy long life and just died. Then you come back, well, what? Read it again.
What is the Almighty that we should serve Him?
Yeah, and that's where your mind goes. Well, what's the point? Because you err not knowing the scriptures. You're not knowing that these people are going to be punished after death. You're not knowing that their generations are going to be punished. That the Most High is going to set the righteous up and their children are going to be under us. You err. Go ahead.
And what profit should we have if we pray unto Him?
Right. See, then you don't want to face the east. You don't want to humble. Prayer is a form of humility. I don't want to face the east. I don't want to humble. I don't want to bow to the Most High. What's the point of that? I don't need to do that. I can go get my own. And then that's when you start shutting yourself down from the Spirit. You what? You stop praying. You stop following the laws. You stop studying. And you move further and further away from the Most High, from the true Spirit. Go ahead.
Lo, their good is not in their head. The counsel of the wicked is far from me.
You see that? This is what's supposed to be. Lo, their good is not in their hand. The counsel of the wicked is far from their hand. Okay, jump from there. Go to Matthew's. So let's finish this point up with this one right here. Go to Matthew 13:22.
Matthew chapter 13, verse 22.
Go ahead.
He also that receives seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word.
So, now we're understanding when he said the parable of the seed and the sower. They kept, or the seed was dropped, and it was amongst thorns. Go ahead.
And the care of this world.
And the what?
And the care of this world.
This is not rocket science. He already told us, according to the scriptures, what men are going to fall off for. This is not like y'all make this hard. You make you make us look like we're like the wisest. Bro, this is easy. It's easy to say what and see what path a brother and sister's gonna go down. They come in and they start what? Read it again.
And the care of this world.
And the what?
And the care of this world.
Go ahead.
And the deceitfulness of riches.
See, the care of this world. You see, you were deceived by the simple or the riches. Go ahead.
Choke the word.
It did what?
Choke the word.
It choked your zeal. It choked your dedication. It choked your desire. It strangles the love and the righteousness out of you because you let the simple, right? You let that lifestyle deceive you. Go ahead.
And he becometh unfruitful.
And he becometh what?
Unfruitful.
Yeah, then you stop doing the works of the Most High. So this is what Yahweh Shai said. It's not precept fantasy. It's not precept fantasy. I made it out to be something that is not. The scriptures is telling us here, the righteous fall because they see the prosperity of the wicked. They don't tend to their spirit and they don't tend to themselves, man. And stay consistent. So y'all get this, right? Go to Psalm 52 verse 7.
Psalms chapter 52 and verse 7.
Just a little bit more on the deceitfulness of riches. Read.
Lo, this is the man that made not God his strength.
Yeah, you see that? This is that brother, that sister. The only reason why they were deceived is because they made not God their strength. You know what they said? I got the job. I got the wife. I got the car. I got the house. I paid the bills. They made not the strength of the Most High their defense. Go ahead.
But trusted in the abundance of his riches.
Read.
And strengthened himself in his wickedness.
It's wicked to believe like that, to think like that, to feel like that. The fool have said there is no God. What's that, Jermaine?
Where are we? We're at 56?
52 and 7. Psalms 52 and 7. Write down Psalm 62 and 10. Jump over there.
Psalms chapter 62 verse 10.
Go ahead.
Trust not in oppression.
And that's what the Most High is reminding us. Not to trust in oppression. Not to trust in that Psalm 62 and 10. You see? And that's what you do. You trying to tell me you're going to trust America, the white man, this vision, this dream, but that's what happens. Because why? It's right in front of them. And what's the first thing it said over here in Hebrews 10:38? Now the just shall live by faith. Isn't it a coincidence that all these things obscure your faith that the Most High is doing it? It's really not a coincidence. It's that's what it is. You're obscured because your faith lacked. You didn't put your trust in the Most High. Go ahead.
And become not vain in robbery.
Read.
If riches increase, set not your heart upon them.
Go to Ecclesiasticus 5 and 10. Ecclesiastes 5 and 10. Ecclesiastes 5 and 10. And then we're going to jump to the next point.
Go
ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verse 10.
Go ahead.
He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver.
There you go. You're not going to be satisfied. It's not going to fill the gap. It's not going to make you whole. So what's the first reason men fall off, women fall off and draw back? Riches of the world. Some simple mentality of thinking that they're going to prosper without the Most High. That riches are more than the Most High. Right? That's what I got to be running and seeking for. And I could have threw in there Matthew 6:33, seek ye first of the kingdom of the Most High, and his righteousness and all these things shall be added unto you. But y'all know that. Read this again, 5 and 10.
Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verse 10.
Go ahead.
He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver.
You're not listening. That it's never going to make you whole. That new girl is not going to make you whole. That new house, the new car, the new carnal thing would not make you feel sufficient. You're going to go to that and then realize, man, I made the wrong choice again. I should have never gave my spirit over to falsehood, weakness. I should have kept in strength. But you forgot what was the strength. You forgot the trial, the purging, the things that were purging you is the strength. The trial in your reasoning is purging you like a man in the fire and being refined. But that's not a trial. That you see why you jumping? You see why you get weak? Because that's not a trial. You're like, I don't need that trial. Anything that makes my mind work and believe and have faith and trust in something I have to conquer, I don't see the importance in it. And that's what the problem is with Israel. The carnal's real important. It's real life to you, right? I see that. But when it comes to the truth, the knowledge, wisdom, righteousness, that's when you get obscured. Stop giving it to the flesh. Go ahead.
Nor he that loveth abundance with increase.
Go ahead.
This is also vanity.
Read.
Verse 11. When goods increase, they are increased that eat them.
You know what that means? That especially with the wicked, those goods are going to be gone. Those things will not last. Go ahead.
And what good is there to the owners thereof? Save them to be beholding of them with their eyes.
Yeah, like what's the good of it? What's the benefit of it? It eventually vanishes away, except for just seeing it. You see it there and it's what? Gone. You remember I used to say, you get to what, 2015 Benz? It's already 2020. Who wants a 2015 Benz? It's already old. The only good thing is what? You had it at that time. Now it's what? You got to strive for the next carnal thing. So you can't let finances or money or gold or success obscure you and get you to draw back to your vomit. What's the next thing? What's the next thing that draws a man or a woman back to the world? Go to Matthew 13 and 20. What's the next thing that draws you back? It's three things Yahushua put in here that draw you back. Well, you know, within that last verse, it was kind of 2 points he pointed out in 22. He said the care of the world and the riches, which is one and the same thing. Really, it's one and the same thing. But he's going to come back and let us know what's the next thing that pulls a lot of brothers and sisters back to the world. So if we were to diagnose this man falling off, Christ said it's going to fall up under one of these things. And listen, there is no other thing that you fall into. You either fall back into the money, you either fall back into your mama, your daddy, your granny, right? Right? You fall back to these things. What else do men fall to? Nothing else. So let God be true. Matthew 13 and 20.
But he that received the seed in stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receive it.
Right? So he was with joy and received it. Right? So where's this man going to fall at? He received it with joy. He was the gun-ho Hebrew Israelite. She was the gun-ho Hebrew Israelite sister, right? Right? They were dedicated. When you talk to them, they were so happy, right? Ready to cut off an arm for the Most High, right? That's what he's saying. They are none with joy received it. Go ahead.
Yet had he not root in himself.
But really, they didn't really understand what they were dealing with. They didn't know that what they were going to partake in. They had no root within themselves. That means that if you look at a tree and you flower or you plant this tree, and this tree doesn't take deep root within the ground, that tree is easily going to be pulled up, destroyed, right? You can kick it over. That's how some brothers and sisters are rooted. But pertaining to what point, though? Go ahead.
But do it for a while.
But what?
Endure it for a while.
But do it for a while. I'm there for a minute. Go ahead.
For the tribulation.
For what?
Tribulation.
Man. I've been in the truth for a while, bro. It ain't nothing else. If you wanted to look at yourself and say, what is going to take me out? All you had to do was go through this chapter and say, okay, which one got to pull out my spirit? Is it money? Do I desire a lot of things? Do I want a lot of things? Oh, wait a minute. Or I can't go through nothing. They endured for a while, but when what?
When tribulation.
Now let's go to our famous chapter. I had to put it in. When tribulations, who got it? Ecclesiasticus 2, right? Let's go to our famous chapter. This is the ISBHPK's fine print on the Hebrew Academy paper. Right here. Read that. Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 1.
Go ahead.
My son, if thou come to serve the Lord,
read.
Prepare thy soul for temptation.
So what happened to these people that come in? They endure for the while, but when what? Tribulation and persecution arise. Now, where does the tribulation and persecution come from?
World?
Yeah, I wish it was that easy.
No.
No. That listen. When you come in the truth, a lot of times you don't give a damn about the world. Right? Now, I'm not saying it's not going to come from the world. Let me reiterate that. It's going to come from the world. But when you mature enough, you're like, really, the battle is not the world.
It's each other. Right?
A lot of times, it's persecution and tribulation on any level. On any level. Everything you have to suffer through. Right? So, what is tribulation? Look that up. And I'm going to say it again. I'm not saying it's not the world. The scriptures tells us we're going to suffer things of the world, right? So, but the point I'm trying to give you is that a lot of times it don't even be worldly things. It don't even be the world pulling on you. It be people around you, right? It be family. It be brothers. It be sisters that you have to bear tribulation with, right? And a lot of times you don't want to go through it. You don't want to go through that battle. You don't want to go through that hurt or pain. So what do you got for tribulation?
I have A cause of great trouble.
Right, a cause of great trouble. So yeah, you're right, the world. The world will cause you great trouble. But what else caused you great trouble, huh? What?
Oh, I got a definition.
No, what else caused y'all great trouble?
Distress.
Distress, what else?
If someone gives me advice and then my pride. So
See, there you go. Now we talk about things that really work on brothers. You feel like you're being troubled or going through tribulation when you just have to humble to the scriptures. How many sisters feel like that? Like you get wisdom, but you didn't like the way it came. You feel like tribulation is happening.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Hell yeah! Now I wouldn't even put that in category of tribulation, but I know your minds. Is that really a category of tribulation when you get advice? It's not a category of tribulation, but you are troubled because your mind is still battling the things of the world. So regardless of what category I want to put it in or not, you feel this tribulation, and it's a battle for you, right? And a lot of brothers and sisters break. They come to the Most High, they deal with these tribulations, and they break. You was going to say something.
I was going to say kind of on that line, that battle within you, knowing what you should be doing.
Knowing what you should be doing.
Or wanting to do the opposite.
Battling the flesh, the war within your members. A lot of times it's like that's tribulation. You know, like I said, you wouldn't categorize it like that, but for some, that really is tribulation. And by, they're like, man, this is too much of a weight. You know what I mean? I'm having to go to battle, they're going to war with their mind, and they're like, it's too much. Right? But what they didn't do is prepare their soul for temptation. Right? Finish that. Go ahead.
Set thy heart aright. And constantly do it.
Okay, we're good with that. Y'all know this chapter. What's up,
I was going to say environment.
Yeah, environment. Right? How many sisters, just the change feels like tribulation. Right? The change feels like a battle. Because now you got to watch everything about yourself. For some people, tribulation, trouble. Where's the definition? What else you got for tribulation?
I got suffering.
Right, how many brothers and sisters feel they are suffering because they got to change? They got to wear a dress all the time. They got to be humble. They got to watch how they talk to their husband. They got to watch how they deal with this brother, this sister. It's like, I wouldn't put that in the category of tribulation. But
if that's tribulation for you, then you can see why it's so easy for a person to pull back into it.
Yeah.
Because they're like, well, I don't change the way I talk, change the way I think. Nah, I shouldn't have to do that.
Right.
So I'm gonna just go back to the way I thought.
That's why it's a trouble to you.
Yeah.
What else you got for tribulation?
Bad luck.
Yeah.
Bad luck that I found y'all. It must be my bad luck that y'all gave me those scriptures.
Yeah, brothers and sisters, no, you're right. How many of y'all think the truth is bad luck? You was like, nigga, I was better off without y'all. That's sad. It's crazy because you look at how destructive you are with the wisdom and brothers trying to work with you to get your mind right. Imagine if you didn't have no sense of even care. I know some of y'all would be dead. I know brothers, I sit right here, look at you in the face and say, some of y'all, without the wisdom of the Most High, you'd be dead. The Most High would have put you to death. Why? Because you were down the road of ignorant foolishness, madness.
Abominable idolatry.
Yeah, you'd be dead. Some of y'all, man, would have probably killed somebody without the Most High. And most likely it would be somebody's husband because you're an adulterer in the flesh. And the other one, it would be drugs. I'm telling you, man. You got to see those things of the flesh, those are what's troubling you. The things of the flesh is troubling you, not the Most High. What else you got for tribulation?
Affliction, oppression.
Affliction, oppression. And we can take it to the white man. But really, when you look at the white man can't trouble me. I got the Most High on my side. You know what's really troubling me? Niggerism. That's what's troubling me. Madness, foolishness. You know what gets troubling with me? If in my household is out of order. That's tribulation. You see, what I'm doing for Christ, I love it. So that ain't the trouble. But you see how it be the opposite with brothers and sisters? The commitment be a trouble to you. The dedication is my tribulation. Everything that you're supposed to be doing, that's my tribulation.
Like you gave me
it's backwards, man.
Like you gave me counsel, I didn't follow it. Now I'm in tribulation.
It's backwards. Your mind is backwards. Go ahead.
Unhappiness.
Right, that's it on that. Unhappiness. Jump back to Matthew 10:22. Read it again.
Yet hath he not root in himself, and endured for a while. For the tribulation or persecution arising because of the word.
Right, because of the what?
The word.
Right. Now, that's not only when you go pass out flyers, the cops come up and bother you and give you a ticket. Don't be narrow-minded. It's all these things that as you're trying to become more wise and built and consistent, you got to catch hell for Yahweh Shai. But why do brothers and sisters turn back? Because I don't feel I need to go through that to be a part of the Bible.
Yeah, I ain't gonna root in myself.
You ain't rooted.
You ain't rooted. That 21.
Yeah,
he have no root in himself. Like you said it earlier. You didn't know what to expect when you got here.
Yep.
You didn't know what you were getting into, but you still didn't take the steps to say, let me ground myself. Let me get grounded. I mean, think about it, man. Anything you get into, I don't care what it is. I don't care what you do. Any man that's wise in anything, even a damn drug dealer is going to say, you know what? Let me get a burner just in case, right? Let me walk. I'm just saying, like,
right.
He grounds himself in his drug dealing.
Right.
Right? He's prepared. He said, look, let me make sure I got my weapon. Let me make sure I got the right team around me. Why? Because if I'm going to be doing these drugs, selling these drugs,
it's going to be some hell.
Yeah, I want to at least be protected. I know it's going to be some hell out here.
Yeah.
But how come we don't put root in ourselves when it comes to the spiritual?
Because the children of this world is wiser than the children of light. You come in the truth and then you lose your warrior senses. And you
become lame?
Yeah, you become lame and you forget how to battle and what you're fighting for. I mean, really, if you want to get down to it, it's not a battle. They're not fighting for nothing. They're just I'm here learning the Bible. Why does it have to be a fight? Because that's what he called you to. He said he prepared you for this battle in the furnace of adversity and affliction, right? And he said for you to be honorable in his sight, you're going to be tried like gold is tried in the furnace. That's the way. It's not what we said. It's what the Most High says, right? So what happens? By and by, he's offended. I don't think this is necessary. What? Nothing. Anything that's hard out of the way, like, I don't think that's necessary. Okay, bro. But you go do it for the white man. You know what I mean? But then when you don't feel like it's necessary for the white man, what you do?
Still do it.
You still do it, and then, but you know what? No, I'm going to go back to truth, because I see it's the white man is going to have me a slave. Or the Most High is going to have me a servant. Which one do I do? Do I do the Most High one?
No, most men, they weigh the pros and the cons, and they say, well, I'm doing it for the white man. At least he's giving me the 401k,
right?
Money, the raise,
right?
They
try
to forecast the potential of what the white man can give them,
right?
And they try to forecast with the spirit. They're like, well, I don't see the spiritual part.
Yeah, I don't see the spiritual side of this, and you don't see the spiritual side because you're not spiritual. You're carnal, sold under sin. All right, go ahead, read on.
By and by he is offended.
Right, by and by he's what?
Offended.
So offenses. Where's the offenses going to come? Go to Matthew 10:22, Matthew 5 and 10. Quick. We're running out of time.
Matthew chapter.
Go ahead.
Chapter 10, verse 22.
Go ahead.
And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake.
So let's start with there, the basic ones. Some of the offenses you're going to be hated. And a lot of you don't want to be hated of your family. You want to love your family and they got to like you. And if they don't like you, you don't feel whole as a human being. Some of y'all don't want to deal with those tribulations. I don't want to have to deal with that. I want it easy. I want to be able to go over my mom's house, my dad's house, and be accepted. I want to be accepted. And if I don't feel accepted, I don't feel whole as a person. So you know what? I'd rather not go through that tribulation. You know what I mean? Not for Yahweh Shai. I can do like Christians. I can fake like I believe in Christ and then fake like I'm doing the work. One of the tribulations you're going to suffer is people around you. You're going to be hated. You're going to be disliked because you're sticking to your guns. Read it again.
And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But he that endureth to the end shall be saved.
Go to Matthew 5 and 10, down to verse 12. So these are the things that you're going to go through offenses for. Now, we touched on a lot of things, and of course we can keep going and going and going and going. But I'm going to simplify some things for you, or rather the scriptures is. Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 10.
Down to 12. Go ahead.
Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake.
Yeah, what are you doing? And is it righteous? And do you like it? Right? How many of y'all got stoned? Shipwrecked for teaching? Bitten by a snake?
Sawed in half.
Sawed in half? Hung?
Imprisoned.
Huh? Oh, right. Because your tribulation is you got to get off the blunt smoking. Your tribulation is you want to have more time with your rib. Whew, man, this guy's going through it for Yahweh Shai. Him is deep. Yeah.
You got to wake up early.
You got to wake up early for class. Woo! I don't know what the Most High is going to do without you. You're like persecution on fleek, right? Yeah, but it's like you're not going through nothing. You're a spoiled brat that doesn't want to grow up as a man and dedicate himself to something. Like, think about it. What are we going through? We're not going through nothing.
Head wraps.
Yeah, head wraps and dresses. Persecution. Listen, go on the news app. I was like, somebody else got home invasion the other day. I was like, got murked. Yeah, they went in. Like, that's persecution. When the Most High sending evil spirits. Or you out here getting shot at or stabbed. You know, people trying to kill you or murder you. But you don't have to go through that. He even put his angels around you. He's babying you. And the little thing you have to give, what? I don't want to give that. I don't want to be dedicated. I don't want to study. I want to sit around and play video games and drink all the time. And if you don't let me do that, you know what? You're wrong. You got to grow up. The black man is you just a baby boy. Yeah. You not the real McCoy. Out here running these streets.
There's a bunch of Jodies.
Yeah, little Jody. It's like, grow the hell up. What are you crying over?
And we Melvin telling you to grow up?
Yeah. like really, what do we do? The saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom. Yeah, study your Bible, Billy. Like, no, Dad, I'm not studying. I'm going home and watching YouTube.
I'll show you.
I'll show you. Like, come on, man. This is disgusting. So, when you look at these real tribulations that the prophets went through, damn, do you even... I never consider myself at some point of going through what the prophets did. Nothing. Nothing. No matter how long I've been in the truth. I have not yet been through what Paul, Peter, any of the apostles or prophets been through. But you've been in 2 weeks and you swear what? You're crucified for Christ, right? You got to grow up. Go ahead.
For theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake. For theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Go ahead.
Blessed are ye which men shall revile you.
Go ahead.
And persecute you.
Right, and these is what we're all going to partake in. And it's your job It's your mission. It's your life. As you accept being a servant of the Most High, you accept this. That you're going to be reviled, persecuted, hated. Go ahead.
And shall say all manner of evil against you falsely.
Right.
For my sake.
Read.
Rejoice.
What?
And be rejoice.
Complain.
Rejoice.
Murmur.
Rejoice.
Cry.
Rejoice.
Give up.
Rejoice.
Go ahead.
And be exceeding glad.
Read.
For great is your reward in heaven.
See? But see, what happened according to, jump back up here, Matthew 13 and 20. They didn't rejoice. When persecution and tribulation arise, what happened? They got irritated. Now, you don't have to go there. It's the first scripture we read. Going into this point of offense. What happens? They get offended. I don't think it's necessary. I don't want to go through this. Because there's no root. They didn't come to the Most High and prepare themselves for temptation. So they don't see it's necessary. Go ahead.
For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you.
Go ahead.
Ye are the salt of the earth.
Right. So that's it on that. Go from there. Go to Matthew 10:37. These are the things that you're going to be persecuted in. That you're going to be called for. Right? Now, we've touched on a lot of the spiritual things. And like I said, I'm not going to make this the class I did over on the flesh. But those things you're going to let go. And how many of you are persecuted in the spirit for letting them go? Come on, all of us. Because you're fighting and striving against the flesh. So I didn't want to re-record what we already went over on that point. We're touching on different points right here. Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 10 verse 37. He that knoweth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me.
Yeah, brothers don't see that. You cannot put your family before the Most High and Yahweh Shai. Now, what does this mean to you? What does this mean to you, y'all? What does it mean to you?
To me, it just means you don't love your parents more than you love the Most High.
Okay, general. That's the general idea, right? Okay, you don't love your parents more than the Most High. How does this relate to us in our environment? Yeah, Jermaine.
Still thinking.
Okay. Max.
So it doesn't become a hindrance to you? So
it doesn't become a hindrance. How else?
Your feelings, because your feelings could lead you astray.
Your feelings for who? Your mother and your father, right?
Yeah, the attachment. It can hold you
back. How could that happen? Why would that happen?
Because you're more infatuated with them than you are with the...
Give me an example how that happens.
I gotta think about that.
Give me an example. What, you got something, Bree?
Well, for me, because my family want me to live my life the way they want me to.
Your family wants and got their ideal on how you supposed to be and live your life, and Yahweh Shai wants you to live it the way he said, right? Okay, good. Now we're touching on it. What else? What does it mean to you that if any man love father, mother, brother, sister more than me is not worth me? What does that mean? Yeah, what does that mean to you?
Because if you love them more than the Most High, you'll start.
Okay, let me ask another question. How do we put this and bring this to reality? Because we know that's psychological, right? Well, how have you ever been in an environment or in a situation to where you had to put Christ before your mother and your father?
Kind of like Thanksgiving. Well, you know.
Okay, like Thanksgiving. Now there we go. Like Thanksgiving. What happened?
I'm not celebrating it, but it's I love my family. I want to be around my family. So
right.
Showing an example, you acquiesce to them, and that's going against the Most High.
Right. There you go. So they can throw the guilt trip on you and say, "Oh, you're not gonna come over here and be with us for Thanksgiving."
Yeah, this is the only time we get together.
Right.
They try to hit you with the guilt trip.
Right. Oh, you're not gonna go Christmas, the only time we get together.
Everybody's off, your grandmama's in town.
Right.
Grandpapa came he drove all the way from Louisiana to see you.
Right. Why it gotta be Louisiana? What? I don't know. Hey, that's the closest, right?
Yeah.
Hey, what does this mean to you, Lamont?
Just like, I guess your family. You know, your family, you've been around them for so long. Like you grow up with them, so it's hard to kind of transition to people you didn't grow up with. It's like, you know, almost like the memories. It's like the memories. I
like that. See, I like that. You're going a little deeper to where you have this building, this you're family oriented. You got this theme with your family. Now, Yahushua is telling you, you can't love them more than me. But what does that mean, love him more than me? He gave a little snippet of it when it comes to Thanksgiving, right? You know, they want you to do one thing, and you don't need to be a part of that. What else? Go ahead.
I was thinking your family, like Christianity indoctrinates you a certain way.
Okay.
And it's like you move away from that, and they are still on that same vein. Mm-hmm. And there's this constant division. It is a division. I'm asking along the lines of why a lot of brothers and sisters break to it. See, the point of this is, why do people draw back? How many people draw back because their family got a strong pull on them, and the idea and the comfort and the notoriety of it will pull at your spirit, and the guilt of not loving your family to the potential that's needed. How many brothers and sisters go through that? Hey, we need you. We finna move out to such and such. You know, you ready to roll? No, I can't. Why? Because mama,
my family,
always said life is like a box of chocolates. And she said, for me, I can't go nowhere. You see my point? Now, you see that example I use, right? Okay, we're finna go out here and do this. Peter tells John, or Paul tells Timothy, hey, we're finna head out to Cappadocia. We need you to roll with us. Well, my mama said, you see that? It's a spirit that pulls at you to be like, well, Paul, why is it necessary for me to go to Cappadocia when I can do the work here, right here in Bithynia? Why? You know, I got all my family here. It's convenient for me. It's easy for me. You see that? See, there's a manipulation of the thought process. That's why I said when we really talk about it, see, when you generalize, yeah, love not mother and father, bruh, I can tell you, brothers don't even know what the hell that, you can see a lot of people don't know what that means. They just mean, yeah, don't put Christ, you know what I mean, before. But what does that mean? There's a guilt trip working through mom and dad that pulls at you, that when it's time for you to commit, your heartstrings, you're like, no, my brother, my sister, my cousin's here, you know what I mean, I can't do that. Because that got to pull on you more than the spirit. Their approval, right? Their acknowledgement. Yeah. Right, so it pulls at you. And you're like, man, every Sunday, you know what I mean, Zion, you go up there, you mow the lawn for your dad, you know what I mean? And he looks at you and he says, son, good job, man.
I missed you.
Right?
I miss having you around, son.
Right, but now he has to say, okay, I got to make this choice. Either mow this lawn every Sunday and keep that connection with my dad, or give it up. Give up my mowing the lawn and connect with him on the phone.
But what are you giving up, though?
Right.
What are you giving up? Who knows? What are you giving up? We ready. See, y'all don't want to admit it.
Faith.
No. What are you giving up when you say, I'm not going to mow the lawn, I'm not going to go do the Thanksgiving, I'm not going to cater to my family, what are you really giving up? Say it. We read it earlier. It was one of the first scriptures.
What is it?
Is it the entanglement of the world?
It's that, but it's the weak and beggarly elements.
Yeah.
You're giving up what you thought was family.
Who is my mother?
Who is my
my brother?
See, your perception of family was wrong.
Right. Now your perception of dedication. See, because he knows that I'm dedicated to doing that because that creates my bond with my mother and my father. But I'm not going to be able to do that now if if Paul's needed me over here, then I need to, damn, I'm going to have to stop doing that. Now what happens? When persecution and tribulation arise for the truth, by and by he's what? Oh, bro, hold on. No, how it is, but he's offended. But it's like, Paul, you got me going over there, not the Most High. You know what I mean? So now it's when people draw back, nobody's saying, brother, I'm going back to serve the devil. What they're saying is, a lot of times they go through and they don't look at these scriptures and the requirement of what it is to give. I'm trying to tell y'all from personal experience. I've had brothers tell me, I have men that are doing what we're doing, teaching, taught many brothers. They went back to the damn cigars, tattoos, and cookouts. You know, it's funny, but it's sad. Yeah. But you know what they're saying? Well, because I'm not doing what you're doing. That's the manipulative spirit, because it's not what I was doing. First of all, you got me to do what you were doing.
You were the teacher.
You were the teacher. You told me and you showed me the scriptures. But now it's like, no, you don't really got to do that to be in Christ, which is BS. Because the scriptures are telling us what we need to do. Now, I got to go on, because if we don't, we ain't going to get to that point. Where are we at?
Matthew 10 and 37.
All right, go from there, go to, read down.
And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
Go ahead.
And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me.
Do you see that? Now, what is this? What is the cross? It's the burden. Well, what is the burden? Well, the burden's not what you say, Ak. You're right. The burden is not what we say. The burden is what Yahweh Shai took on. Right? That's the burden. So, what is the burden, but what did we turn back from? This is the second part I wanted to touch on. I'm going to mix it up a little bit here because I got a lot more. So, we're going to go to, this is what we're going to do. Because it's 10 o'clock, but I want to touch on just a few more of these.
You got 5 minutes?
Yeah, I got 6 minutes. Go to, no, where was it? It's in, oh man, Jesus. Hold on. I'm trying to jump, but I'm trying to get the scripture where I want to go to. And jumping. More, yeah, kind. Right. Right. Luke 9:62. Go to Luke 9:62. Yeah, it was right there. I'm tripping. Go to Luke 9:62. So what is he drawing back from? What does he stop doing it? What did the offense, the money, the world, the cares of the world, mama, daddy, and all these things stop him from doing? Stop her from doing. Now this is the second part. We read one part where it says, the just shall live by faith. And anybody draw back from that faith, Most High and what? But check this out. This is the second part, what he draws back from. And this is what these brothers don't understand. You went to barbecue status and you forgot what the Most High said drawing back was. Luke 9:62.
God. Luke chapter 9, verse 62. And Yahushua said unto him, no man, having put his hand to the plow,
So you see, it ain't all about, oh, you know what, I have faith, I stopped eating pork. No. There's 2 points of drawing back that the Bible points out. Drawing back in faith and drawing back in works. So you're plowing, you're working, you're doing this. Like I said, I'm like, bro, you got the wisdom and knowledge to go teach in other countries and states, but you drew so far back that you said, oh, that's not necessary. When I pop up at the gym and I'm doing my own thing, I'll just give them a flyer.
I give them my YouTube
channel.
Yeah,
it's like, bro, you got the power to go sacrifice and give up and lose and take here and go. I was like, I'm looking at these guys, my elders, brothers that taught. I was like, now you're just like, oh, that's not necessary. I could do it at the barbecue over a kumbaya class.
With no scriptures, though.
With no scriptures. The scriptures is showing us drawing back is from the works. Now, what are the works? Matthew 4:19. Yeah.
I'm doing the work.
Right.
By yourself.
We can go there too. We can go there. I'm gonna hit these and then we can touch on that. Matthew 4:19. James 5:19.
Matthew chapter 4 verse 19.
Go ahead.
Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments.
Matthew 4:19.
Yeah. Matthew 4:19.
Is he at the right place?
No, Matthew 5:19.
You're Matthew 5:19.
Somebody pick up.
4:19.
Matthew 4 verse 19.
Go ahead.
And he said unto them, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men.
Right. So what are you drawing back from? You're drawing back from being fishers of men. You're drawing back from doing what you're called. Not to sit here and get 50 books of notes, but to fish and wake up our people. James 5 verse 19. Come on, somebody get these quick, y'all. Write it down.
5, verse 19.
I don't want to keep y'all here to 10. Go ahead.
Brethren, if any of you do err from the truth, and one convert him, let him know that he which converteth the sinner from the error of his ways shall save a soul from death.
So what is the plow? When you say that putting your hand to the plow and look back, that's converting brothers. Getting this knowledge to wake up our people. Now, after you go through the principles as you are taught and you're changing, that's what the Most High wants us to do, to convert sinners, right? Go ahead.
And shall hide a multitude of sins.
Read.
That's it.
Right. So, converting a sinner. Psalm 68 and 11. So, that's what we're here to do, is to convert that sinner, to convert that brother, right? But let's see what else. So brothers just want to do that. Yeah, come on, I'll be the teacher. Bruh, see, you're trying to always make provisions for you. Yeah, I'll do this part, but I won't do that part. You got to do what Yahweh Shai said. Go ahead. Psalm
68 verse 11.
Hebrews 6 and 10. Go ahead.
The Lord gave the word. Great was the company of the house. Great was the company of those that published it.
See, the Lord gave the word, and he said our job was to publish it. That's the plow. That's the work. Y'all understand that? One more. Before Hebrews, go to Isaiah 52 and 7. Isaiah 52 and 7.
Isaiah chapter 52 verse 7.
This is the plow. Go ahead.
How beautiful upon the mountains are the feet of him that bringeth good tidings.
Yeah, we supposed to be bring the good tidings. We supposed to be getting this knowledge to learn, to wake up our people, to bring them back. That's the plow. Now, if you haven't even studied to be able to do this yet, have you started even plowing? Oh, you might have. On another level, we're going to go into that. Because we're going to find out what the plow is. Go ahead.
That publisheth peace.
Read.
That bringeth good tidings of good. That publisheth salvation.
Read.
That saith unto Zion, thy God reigneth. Thy watchman shall lift up thy voice.
So that's what the plow is. Jump to Hebrews 6 and 10. Give me 1 Corinthians 4 and 1.
Hebrews chapter 6 verse 10.
Go ahead.
For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love.
Now, so we know publishing the gospel is the work. That's the labor. Now, he's coming here and telling us our labor of love, right? What is that? What is our labor of love? Go ahead.
Come. Which ye have shown toward his name.
Go ahead.
And that ye have ministered to the saints.
What?
Ministered to the saints.
So the plow. When you're plowing, you're working. I want you to look up the word minister. We're ministering to the saints. Because some brothers want to jump. They want to jump the gun. They want to be the teacher. But the scriptures tell you, before you can be the teacher, you have to first partake in the fruits.
You only want to partake in half.
Yeah, you only want to be anointed, the teacher, but you won't partake in the work to build you up to know how to cherish the fruit. Read that. Where you at? Minister.
Definition?
Yeah.
Come on. Minister, attend to the needs of someone.
To what?
Attend to the needs of someone.
That's what a minister is. We're ministers. This is the labor. Why do people draw back? They don't want to do that no more. I'm tired of ministering to you. What did it say?
God, attend to the needs of someone.
I'm tired to attending to your needs. Brothers always want the glory of teaching, but when it comes to the needs of Israel, they don't want to learn it. We teach brothers patience, long-suffering, dedication, humility. You know why you don't want to go through the patience and long-suffering? Because all you want is the glory of teaching. But you're not going to be a good teacher, a good leader, if you don't have the patience, long-suffering, and dedication for your people.
It goes right back to that Matthews.
Yeah.
He took no root in himself.
Right.
The things that were needed, the dedication, the long-suffering. You endured as a teacher for a while, but then those needs start to come up that
you stop trying to minister like, I don't want to deal with this person no more. I don't want to attend to your needs no more. Why? Because you should have got it a long time ago.
No patience.
No patience. No love. Right? No dedication. So you start what? You start getting more of that, because that's the irony of it. When you got that demon on you that you don't want to minister, you know what he do? He set more people like that around you, and then what? To bring out what really is in you, which is what? I don't want to deal with people. I shouldn't have to deal with you. You're hard-headed, you're hard-headed, you're hard-headed. You know what? What the brother called us and say? I'm going to get a holding fly. He said, these guys don't want to listen.
I admonished him once and twice, huh?
Yeah, he didn't want to. He didn't want. He called us. He said, I'm going to do away with all these brothers over here. I was like, how long you been over there with him? He been, what, maybe a year. He wanted to get rid of everybody. But instead of him sitting down and saying, wait a minute, let me be taught how to fish, it was vainglory. And that's the problem, is that being a minister is what Yahushua did. Not that I'm just going to look good on YouTube or look good on street speaking, and then I feel good within myself. You know, I did it. What did Yahushua say glory in? Ministry. Why do you think he washed the apostles' feet? What did he say when he washed them? He said, you're going to know, because hereafter, when I'm gone, you're going to know why I did this. This is the same love you have to have for each other. Nobody wants to have that love. They don't want to minister. They don't want to deal with each other. I don't want to deal with your emotions, your pride. And then when I give it to you, you're supposed to get it. That's why you don't like dealing with people. You don't like dealing with people because what? You want everything to be about you, yourself, and that's the way it's supposed to be. It ain't like that. Go ahead, read. Minister. Minister, what else? Yeah.
Serve.
To what?
To serve.
To what?
To serve.
To what?
To serve.
Brothers don't want to serve. They want to get served, but they don't want to serve. They don't want to serve, huh? They don't want to admit it. I don't feel that's necessary. I mean, any environment we put you in that is servitude, I don't want to minister. I don't want to serve. I don't want to give. I think that's too much. He should already get it. We got brothers that have the same problem in different arenas, trying to act like it's different. Bro, like, hold on. When that brother was like, he was off and he required patience, you said the same thing about working in the zone. I don't want to have to do that. I don't want to have to deal with that brother. Like, he should get it. And you're like 10 times worse than him. Because you're not learning the essential things that Yahweh Shai wanted, was to minister, to be a steward. But that's what turns us back. You know what I mean? You feel by and by, you're like, bro, that's too much. I shouldn't have to do that. I'm going to get my own YouTube channel. This cat put me on his chat. This bro, one cat was coming to class, sat in class, couldn't even listen. Started his own channel. I'm like, Israel's funny as hell. But that's the way it is. They want it. It's all about them getting fictitious notoriety instead of notoriety from the Most High. It's not about I really want to learn and be a good teacher for my people. See, that's the sadness of the state of Israel we're in. But if we're going to serve the Most High, it got to be correct. Go ahead, read.
To accommodate.
To accommodate. You don't want to accommodate people. I love this word right here. You don't want to accommodate. You want everything to be your way. You want accommodations to be made for you, but you won't go out of your way for people. Go ahead.
Doctor.
Yeah. Look up the word steward. Get me 1 Corinthians 4 verse 1.
I got one. To give things needful.
Ooh.
To supply the means of relief.
Oh my God. So you know this is needed for the body, but instead of you willing and dedicated to do that, you don't want to give what is needful.
To perform service in any office.
That's what a minister is. Service in the office that you're in. 1 Corinthians 4 verse 1.
Let a man so account of us as the ministers of Christ.
Right?
And stewards of the mysteries of God.
So when you say draw back or put your hand to the plow and look back, you don't want to do this no more. Right? Why do you think Judas hung himself? For whatever reason, Judas wanted things the way he wanted them and not the way Yahweh Shai wanted it. The path that Judas wanted to take for Yahweh Shai and make Yahweh Shai, whether he wanted a... It said that Judas was a zealot and he wanted to force the hand of the Most High. Yeah, force the hand of Christ. And that's why he did what he did. But it doesn't matter. Because he was supposed to follow Yahweh Shai's example of giving, patience, humility. You can see that even in the apostles. They were like, listen, will you at this time restore the kingdom to Israel? Like they thought Yahweh Shai is going to come back thrashing, destroying. But he had to humble everybody and say, no, you got to go through things. Go ahead.
Moreover, it is required in stewards that a man be found faithful.
And what's the first scripture we put? That this man is drawing back, this woman is drawing back because they don't want to be faithful. Y'all get this? Con? Y'all still with us? Okay, I'm going to get one more and that's it. I'm going to get one more and that's it. 2 Corinthians 9 and 2. I know, y'all got to wake up early, go to sleep late. You know what I mean? Got to go back to slavery for the white man. And this is one we put for Sabbath class. But I just wanted to show y'all this one because we got to remind ourselves, when you draw back, what are you drawing back from? Okay? That was the point of this class. Drawing back. What do you stop doing? Okay? Go ahead, read that.
2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 2.
12.
Verse 12.
Uh-huh.
For the administration of the service.
Right. See, what we draw back from is administering this service. Administering the work. Read.
Not only supply the want of the saints.
See, that's what we draw back from. It ain't about the saints no more. It ain't about the body. It ain't about the nation. It ain't about the school. It ain't about my family. It's about me. And I'm worried about me. I'm not worried about the supply to the saints. Go ahead.
But it's abundant also by many thanksgivings unto God.
In return, you don't want to give the Most High thanksgiving, because what is the greatest thing that a man can do?
Lay down his life for his brother.
Lay down his life for his brethren. How you going to lay down? I'll lay down my life, but you can't talk to him. You can't minister him. You can't be a steward to him. You can't dedicate yourself. You're not going to lay down your life for your brother. Go ahead.
Verse 13.
That's it. Yeah, 13. Go ahead.
Whilst by the experiments of this ministration, they glorify God for your professed subjection.
See, and that's what we're supposed to be looking at. The professed subjection to the ministry. That's what the work is. When people look at us, they look at us for the work. Look at all the Israelite schools in the four corners of the earth. What do you look at them for? Their work. The works they do, going out in these streets, teaching the word of the Most High. Right? Uniting, gathering. Is that not what we're here for do? Go ahead.
Unto the gospel of Christ. And for your liberation, and for your liberal distribution.
For your liberal distribution. And that's what everything we're doing. I don't care if it's sewing, mopping, you sisters. I point out what the sisters do too, to remind you that your works are good. But your liberal distribution is what the Most High wants. Your distributing of your headbands, your garments, the distributing of the flyers, the street speakings, that's what the Most High wants. Right? Go ahead.
And unto all men.
And unto all men. So, like I said, you know how it goes. We got more, but I'm not going to go to another 30 minutes. Do y'all have any questions on that topic? Do we got any questions online on the topic?
What was the scripture in Isaiah?
The scripture in Isaiah
52:7. Isaiah 52:7.
52:7, yeah.
And the one just before the last in 1 Corinthians 4:1.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, okay. Y'all got those? Okay. Anybody got any questions on that topic? Yeah.
So when you were talking about how when we were going over the scripture about not loving mother, father more than Yahushua.
Right.
And you talked about the manipulating and that spirit.
Yeah.
That manipulating spirit. That manipulating spirit, is that not really like our parents, or like, you know what I'm saying, like, is that a spirit? Are we supposed to see them as a spirit and not really our parents?
Well, we're supposed to see them for them being destroyed for the lack of knowledge, and they just don't understand. That's why Christ, what he told his mom, woman, how much longer I suffer you? Meaning that, come on now, like, I got a whole different mission. You don't understand my mission. Right? So you kind of look at them, you still respect them, but you look at it and know, okay, they don't understand what I'm doing or what I'm on. And that's how Yahushua did. So is it spirits? It can be a spirit if you let the guilt trip work on you. But now when you're clear, you're like, okay, mom, all right now. All right, I'll see you, love you. It's really not, it's nothing personal. It's like, okay, mom, I got my mission. And I'm a grown man, grown woman. You know, stay in your lane, I'll stay in mine. Right? See, but when it works on you is when the guilt trip and you're like, man, I ain't seen my mama. You know what I mean? Man, I ain't seen my brother. You know what I mean? Now that's working on you instead of I be about my father's business.
So that's like the negative spirit that you should fight. if that is.
Yeah, if it's hooking you and pulling on you, that's the spirit you should fight. You got to fight that because they don't supposed to go before Yahweh Shai and his duties and what he needs you to do, right? If you ready to drop everything at the drop of a dime over your family before Christ, there's a problem. You know what I mean? Christ is supposed to be first. Yeah. Any other questions on that? On the line?
Not on topic.
Okay. Oh, not on topic? All right. How many? Do we still got a few on there?
Questions?
22. Man, we was gonna tell y'all about. I put the map through the ISB HBK text. The brother Rogers, what's his name again? Dave Rogers was trying to get all the ones that are coming from out of town to be in one hotel. So I'm guessing all of y'all are in the ISB HBK text. And if you are, he's trying to link up and trying to see what brothers and what hotel they're going to be at. So there could be Israel in that one hotel. And I sent the map out of the location, and I sent some hotels around the area. So what we need to try to do is link up. Hopefully in the ISB HBK text, if everybody's on there, it can be easy to be able to say, oh yeah, I'm going to this hotel. This one looks a little cheaper, and we can work that out. He was asking me, he was trying to get that together. And all he's trying to do is just be around brothers when you're in the hotel. All right. So if you're not in the ISB HBK text and you watch us, we can put you in there. It's just a text that we send out, maybe scriptures once in a while. We don't try to bug you too much in that text because we know a lot of y'all got to go to work. Scriptures once in a while. We chat once in a while. Nothing too excessive. All right. So if you want to get in that, hit me up at 281-707-2737. And then we'll add you to that text. And then that way, when it comes to this subject on the hotels, we can all try to get it linked up to where everybody can be in the same hotel for the Passover. All right? What other questions did they have on there?
Dorothy Brent said she never received the text. I don't know what she's talking about in the camp text, or she said she never received the text.
Dorothy, hit me up. Let me know what text you're talking about. What text you did not receive? Okay. Or say it now. What else?
That's it.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if it's just her that had the last one, hit me up, sis, and then whatever text you didn't receive, I'll go ahead and make sure you receive that text. I'm not sure what it is. All right, if that's it, then let's salute everybody. Say shalom. We'll be back here Wednesday. Shalom.
Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie.
Who changed the truth for God into a lie? In English, Jesus Christ, in Hebrew, is Yahweh Shai. So do or die. The Immaculate Conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's clause, the birth of Nimrod, and not the Son of God. To you was kind of odd. On the Passover, Christ was born in the spring. So now we bring the truth about the King of Kings. That's black Jesus and not Caesar Borgias. And the facts can't be changed.